Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly, what am I going to be? I guess your friendly without number master today, kind of? Because today, we had originally planned to generate characters for our Warhammer 40k campaign. We're going to be playing with Wrath and Glory, and unfortunately we just kept having people have other commitments or take ill or whatnot. So today we are going to be getting a game actually to the table for the first time. We've played a couple of the without number games on and off, but only like in single playthroughs. So to make up for that lost time, we're jamming two of them together for today's session. The first is the most recent Ashes Without Number. This incredible, both of these are written by Kevin Crawford, incidentally, and I didn't think to put it in before, but I'll put links to the free versions of these games because one neat thing he does with all of his games is he has free versions of these games that are mostly the entire game, just not some of the like exclusive, very niche material that is included in the deluxe versions. So, Ashes Without Number is his post-apocalyptic sandbox game, and Worlds Without Number is his his fantasy sandbox RPG. And we're putting both of them together today to play a session in the World of Ashes campaign. Joining me are two luminaries of the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. Guys, why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today? First up, we've got Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and tonight I'm going to be playing Tanner, who is a monk and a disguise artist.
Nice. And joining him is John.
Everyone, I'm John, and I'm playing Venick. He is a Beastmaster.
Very nice. So, the way that we didn't talk about how these characters were made, but I think that doesn't really matter for the purpose of tonight. What we need to decide is some specifics of our setting. So, for those listening at home, we talked a little bit online before, or offline before we started the stream, to just give a general idea of what these characters are capable of, who they are. The guys have given names to these characters. We don't know anything about their personality, but here's what we know about the setting. We know the setting involves a city of wizards. And these wizards use their magic in response to an undead plague that was consuming their world. A zombie plague, effectively, but fantasy version of that. To enact some desperate plans to take their entire island community and cast it into the ethereal sea, where it would be safe. What they found is that there was a charge built up that needed to be dissipated from the magical devices they were using, which required them, about 6 months after the initial disappearance, to return back to the world, let that energy bleed off, and then they could safely go. But what they found when they came back is not only did they return to the world, they returned to a different part of the world, and it appeared that a decade had passed in the 6 months that they were in the ethereal sea. This process has repeated 9 times. It has been 5 years since the Shifting Isle had first disappeared in response to the threat. The Shifting Isle, every time it reappears in a new location, needs to take stock of what the status of the plague is, where they are, what enemies may threaten the city while it's waiting to dissipate the charge, what other resources are out there, and the collection of intelligence as well. The brave souls who go out into that world and collect that information and assets are known as the saviors, because they truly are the saviors of the Shifting Isle. Our heroes for tonight were not the original leaders of their respective orders. They sadly have died in some of those terrible conflicts, whether that was because of the time they appeared in the Arctic Circle, whether that was some other terrible appearance, when they appeared amongst a populated series of islands and fought a continual battle against the undead until they could shift once again? I don't know. What I will ask is for Tanner and Venick, how long have you been the heads of, in Tanner's case, the Enlightened Infiltrators, and in Venick's case, the Deadland Walkers?
Say for Venick, maybe 2 years. That would give him 4 trips out.
Okay. Well, you may have been a lesser member of it. I'm assuming you've been a member of it for the entire 5 years. It's just whether you've been in charge for that long.
Yeah, we'll say 2 years. He's been in charge.
2 years you've been in charge. Nice. And Tanner?
I think this is Tanner's first mission in charge, but I think that he's been on almost all of them, if not all of them. Like, he's been around. He's just always been, second or third in command kind of thing. This is his first attempt to be the leader.
Have you become the leader of your respective order because the person died, because they were too badly injured, or because they went missing? One thing we talked about is, sadly, if a group of saviors does not return in time, the city must shift, and the gods only know how long it'll be gone and where it'll reappear. So it is likely you will never see them again. And at least to date, you have not seen a lost group of survivors again, or saviors again, and you have not heard of them for the survivors in the Deadlands.
I would say that's kind of how we coined our name, the Deadland Walkers. When the leader fails to return, someone else gets appointed.
Okay.
Okay.
So the person just never came back. How about you, Tanner?
Yeah, I think that we don't know. Maybe we were, somewhere where the leader, used some kind of excellent disguise and infiltrated another group that was surviving here in the world. And we ran out of time and we had to leave, and we just didn't find them. So whether they were discovered and killed or still living amongst these peoples, we don't know. We had to leave, kind of thing.
If that's the case, and this is going to be your first gig back, 6 months will have passed for you, subjectively.
Yeah.
Only 10 years. He might have survived 10 years, right?
Right. But he would have no idea of knowing where we're going to land. So It's hard to, how do you even begin to look for someone, right? I think it's sort of going through his mind.
Yeah.
Like,
so the third member that we're going to use as an NPC for this evening is Lightbringer Uther. Lightbringer Uther is a member of the Order of the Lightbringer, who is a god of civilization and city. Notably, it's not any of the wizards who are being sent out, incidentally. I think they likely view it as too valuable of a resource to risk. But what I'd like you guys to consider is picture in your mind what you think the Shifting Isle looks like. Is it a relatively barren place? Is it a place with several obvious magical structures? Is it a place that urgently was repurposed for the purpose of that spell? Was it a sanctum that used to be able to do this and just they've re-implemented it? So I'm going to show you some pictures. You guys can tell us what strikes you as the Shifting Isle. So, number 1.
Hoping for something greenish or greenery-ish.
I got 6 for you to look at. The first one. An island that does not seem to have any indication. This is probably something where you would have had to fabricate life as you go and likely have to rely on magical stuff to survive, just to get by. That would mean that finding resources during the Savior's run will be particularly important.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, an abandoned fortress, repurposed. That likely would have many of the same concerns. Number 3, almost a repurposed palace.
Liking that one.
Sprawling communities, diversity of representation, although probably not a lot of farmers and such among there. Number 4, a single, obviously magical structure with a small, supportive community around it. Number 5, a fortress. Whether this was the case before or the product of 5 years of magical development, I do not know. But a fortress to stand against the hordes of dead that now populate your lost world. And finally, a place of grandeur and beauty that was forced to go to another dimension and serve another purpose. You would, in this case, have a bridge that quite literally would go to nowhere. Are there any of those 6 that you want to see again?
I liked 3 and 6. Those were my favorite ones.
Okay, so this is 6.
Yeah, 6 I like too. What's 3? Which one was the other one? Was 3? Oh yeah. Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah.
This one feels like the sort of the outer towers there are sort of the magical, pieces around that central one, and maybe that sort of obelisk right at the peak is sort of almost like the compass that guides the isle through space.
Love it.
People are trying to use every available spot to grow things that they can.
Yeah, it looks very filled, like,
Okay. So we have the shifting
kind
isle.
of bursting.
Mm-hmm.
How much of this development is in the past 5 years, do you think, guys? I'm going to rename this one.
I think that like a lot of the structure wouldn't have been built in the last 5 years. I think a lot of it's ended up to be repurposed. Like, as your population grows a little bit, you're sort of like forced to what once was the library is now half the library and half apartments, or like not apartments, but like spaces for people to live.
We could say that like 2 years ago when several people didn't come back from their missions was because we found a place that was just rich with resources and we were scrambling trying to get everything we could.
Love it. Okay. So one of the neat things with Ashes Without Number is that your enclave is a character effectively in the game. So you will do things to try and make things better for your enclave. And there's actually, in the deluxe rules, even more expanded rules for settlements.
It's cool.
I think let's talk about a community crisis that has happened over the last 5 years, unrelated to the obvious, threat of the dead. Packing that many people in one single place for 6 months at a time, and knowing that there's nowhere else they can go permanently unless they want to rejoin or try and reclaim things among the dead.
Yeah, I'm thinking like civil strife combined with because they got to be super paranoid about like the undead curse. Maybe we had a pestilence or something that went through and people started freaking out, thinking it was a new undead curse, or it somehow got on the island. That
definitely could have been. What I'm going to do is actually there is the reason I mention it is because there are some fun rules for randomly generating history for your enclave. So I know, Jeff, you're so averse to
random generation. No, it's terrible.
All right. Enclave mechanics, enclave actions, sample enclave tag lists. So would you guys each give us... Hold on, is that what I want, or is the crises? I think I want the crises. Yeah. Hold on. Would you each give us... Sorry, I'm trying to find a specific. Here we go. All right. Page 146. Okay. Would you each give us a D8 roll, please? 2. Oh.
Very nice.
Okay, then would you each give us a D8 roll once again, please? 4.
Oops.
And a 3.
3.
So, one of the crises, and I'd like you guys to tell us how this happened. One of the crises was that a group had taken control of several major food sites in the area, in the Shifting Isle. Which group do you think that was?
Oh, interesting.
Like groups like we're part of, or just another faction in general?
Could be that. Could be some other faction within the city. Perhaps there's a rival faith. Perhaps it's just gangs that have developed. Perhaps it's part of the sailors, knowing how important they feel that things are.
Well, maybe, if we're landing and, sometimes we're finding other survivors or other communities, maybe at one point we, made the decision to take on some survivors because we have this sort of sanctuary, and it created a sort of new faction. And I mean, maybe it was just like John already said, maybe it was the resource rich one area, and it's like they brought a lot of resources with them, seeds, soil, whatever they had, and now they sort of felt ownership of it, and they felt like, the cost was too high. Like, I don't know, the ruling class here was taking too much of the fruit and veg that was being grown, and so there was a bit of a skirmish for the resources.
New rules, death of somebody, accommodation.
I'm leaning towards a changing of the rules.
That's what I was thinking too. Maybe bringing one of their leaders into the council so they could actually make decisions.
Yeah, maybe it resulted in sort of one of their, who they picked as their leader, joining our, council of 6 that had been 6 forever was now council of 7, and
why don't you give us Jeff a D9 roll, please? We know there's been 9
previous visits.
Shiftings to the 5th, so about halfway through, so it's like 2.5 years in.
Yeah, kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
About it, yeah.
Enough time that time has passed in our world too, because the short time period of ours.
Yeah.
So 2.5 years is enough time for that sort of seeds to bear fruit and that kind of stuff to have taken place.
And it gives us, I guess, another 2.5 years for them to have settled into that's the way things are now, and okay. And then the second one, guys, was a 3. A sudden population flux has eaten through the local supplies in a hurry. Now, before we talk about when this, what this one represented, why don't you give us, John, a D8 roll? I'll fit it around, not that 5th shift, but 3rd. That's pretty early on. That's like a 1.5 years in.
No wonder we were so desperate for food.
Yeah. Who do you think it was that plowed through the food so quickly?
Maybe we just had an uncontrolled population boom.
Yeah, I guess at first you may think oh, there's living people. Holy shit, there's people alive. We got to save them. And then you realize
we're just letting everyone on at every stop, basically, until it was the 3rd one in. We're like, okay, this is too much.
Well, and the thing to realize too is the 3rd one in would have been 1.5 years in. That's 30 years after the zombie apocalypse.
Yep.
Right.
So how different are the people who, culturally speaking, that you're bringing in?
Very.
No kidding. Well, and also there may be a lot of there might been, so like they've gone without for a long time possibly, you know, like, but now all of a sudden they're on sort of a richer place, food's available, and you know, maybe some old greed sort of stepped in a little bit, and there was a bit of, you know,
so our faction that started to grow and you know, eventually gain seats started early, but it was until we got that big boom of food in that they really took off.
Yeah. Now, like the whatever it is, the growers union or the whatever, they're now.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
We should say that one of the people we brought in, the reason we found so much abundance is because maybe there's a druid or something just knew how to grow stuff quicker.
Sure. Yeah, and that adds in too, so you get a different kind of magic. Oh, and that's interesting.
Or maybe we found some magic dirt that we had to bring in. And
well, the thing is that one of the things we talked about before we went live is that one of the mysteries right now, one of the reasons why there is more than just like looking for survival and whatnot, is the gap while the shifting isle is away seems to be getting longer. It once was 10 years, and the last time it came down, it was closer to 15.
Ooh.
And now it seems like the time in the ethereal sea is shorter as well.
And if we had a druid manipulating growth periods, it could shorten the time that we're there.
And that is a possibility. So, you know, don't know if you're by using magical resources to do other things, is that really an issue? I think it's probably only this shifting when there's a point where they realize that because they're using so much magic, the pillars or whatever, like the obelisk may be the central point for it. It may be a reminder almost, like where by the end of it, it's just like fucking seething with energy, and you know you're going to need to go back to dissipate that charge. So wait out until that happens and then make your shift again.
Right. I love emergent storytelling.
Yeah, I had a feeling you guys would enjoy this one. So where we are is coming up on the 10th shift. So this is now expected to be at least a century past the zombie apocalypse or the undead apocalypse. What do you guys think they call it?
Ooh, what kind of zombie apocalypse was it? There's so many different kinds.
Yeah. In this case, let's see. I think that might... I sort of thought that would be one of the open questions, is that there's also like trying to find out what the hell happened. Because I think... the focus was... What I know is it definitely is spread like a virus, but it is a magical virus. So something akin to like mummy rot in D&D.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why the Lightbringers have such a favored place. Powerful Lightbringers can remove those from remove the infected from someone before they fully transform, but they have limited resources to do that. So if you have 10 people bit, you got to figure out, okay, who can we use this on, and who has to be left behind. What is the tolerance for the undead in the shifting isle? My thought would be that it would be zero tolerance.
That'd be like negative. What are you talking about?
So like not even for study. So then I guess that answers the question then is, you know that it's a magical disease, where it came from, who caused it, who knows? So what the saviors are responsible for is sailing out, finding what the status is, make sure the city is safe for the week or two that it will be required to dissipate the charge, to address any threats, find whatever resources he can, find potential allies. Bringing the druid and the growers union in definitely improved things in here, but you also have people come on and eat you through, eat you out of house and home. So you got to be careful, I guess, about who you're bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
So for my general imagination centering here, are we like not just like a floating isle, but we're actually like the island and some water around it just appears in a body of water somewhere?
Somewhere in some body of water, after the absence, you will just reappear somewhere on the planet. And the initial thing to see, like the first thing you do, you can see about 5 kilometers out on open ocean. So you'll get an idea of what's around you. Not for nothing, the hexes that we use are 5 kilometers. So what we're going to do is effectively a hex crawl. You guys are going to start where the island has returned, where it's shifted to this time. You're going to need 100 years has passed since the zombie apocalypse. You guys will have some understanding of what some of those threats are, but what you've learned over time is that those threats also evolve. Not only just the nature of the undead itself, I think this full, like there is the typical, undead things that'll be found in a fantasy world. I picture this world being very, Tolkien-esque high fantasy. Only there's a virus-type zombie plague that is spread across the entire planet.
A little bit of Resident Evil in there, then?
A little bit of Resident Evil in there, because there is different variations of zombies as well. Cool. So what you guys will be is one of the senior teams. There are 4 boats of saviors that are most important. Those are the ones that travel in the cardinal directions. You travel out, sail as far as you can to, within a week's time, so you've got enough time to get back, find what's out there, and then come back.
And what is our timeline to get back normally?
1 week. It typically takes about 2 weeks to dissipate the charge, and then they will give another, so long as they're not under attack, you generally have another week's leeway. So if you are running behind or you need something else, then there is that leeway. But it is a fairly narrow time to race out, get stuff, and hopefully get back.
So, is it like the shipping something they can actively control, but they just set firm time limits?
Yeah, like ideally they would never want to be back in this world because it's insanely dangerous. And all it takes is a small horde of these things. One of the cool things about the Ashes Without Number game, there are rules for, obviously individual zombies or a pack of zombies. There's also rules for a street of zombies. There's rules for an entire room full of zombies. So like the game can model the scale of those things. So imagine fucking swarms of them, thousands of zombies piling into the shifting isle.
Thanks.
That is why they try to get it. Yeah, generally they'll wait for the charge to dissipate. They'll get reactivating the new thing. So that's probably what that last week is them activating the rituals once again to safely transition. So you have 3 weeks to explore, to get what you can. It is a wide mandate that you guys have as well. You're not only trying to explore, you also are going to be equipped with effectively kind of like a longboat. And the reason being is that it is the most effective disguise. They don't know what legends or rumors may have passed about the shifting isle over time. And it may be a very prime target for raiders when it comes back in. So the more that the outside world does not know that the shifting isle exists, the better for the shifting isle. Hence the shift in focus for Tanner's order. Sneak in, deceive them, learn from them, or get what you need, is because you cannot, it is just not prudent to tell everyone that there's a refuge.
Yeah, we've learned that, and now we're sort of reached our limits of how many we can protect.
Exactly. And not for nothing, Tanner, you're the only one with a sail skill.
Oh, cool.
So not only are you in charge of that, you're also in charge of, you're the captain of the ship. So the team that you'll be bringing with you will be made up of 10 support individuals. It's going to be, as is often the case with a group of saviors, it'll be each of you plus a member of the Lightbringers order. Let me bring your tokens over here, guys. The choice you've got to make for who you're bringing with you is, of those 10, how would you like to split the representation from each of your respective orders? So how many are going to be other, you know, what do you call it? Lay brothers of the Lightbringer, armored melee warriors. How many of them are going to be sneaky ranger types? How many of them are going to be members of your order, Tanner? The deceivers and spies. And how many would you like to bring of novice wizards? Your crew of 10. What do you think, guys? What's the correct split for how you're going to approach this very open, very unpredictable mission?
What benefit would a novice wizard bring us? Magic.
They can actually detect magic. They have knowledge of magic. So if you do have, if you do come across magical artifacts or magical technology that may be of value, you can salvage it, and they will be able to tell you what that shit is.
Okay.
I mean, I think we should bring one wizard, right?
At least one, yeah.
Yeah. Well, right, sure.
Okay.
I mean, who knows what could happen if one of the wizards go, and we might need two.
Well, at least one other member of my order must come.
Okay. Yeah.
We always travel in twos ever since the leader has gone missing now. Our policy is that all infiltrations will involve two.
Okay.
Well, if we bring, say we bring 4 other Beastmasters or Deadland Walkers, just so, because they'll be like the most able to go out and like map the area around and search for things, especially if they have little beast companions with them.
You will want to travel as a group.
Oh,
just as
like all of us?
Like you can use them. Yeah, because the thing is, so think of it this way: each one of these NPCs you're bringing with you is a 1-hit dice NPC.
Oh.
That's 1-hit dice you roll. So think on average 4 hit points.
Right.
Like they can be used. They can be very effective when used. You know, like if you're ambushing zombies or whatnot. And again,
definitely 2 wizards then.
You do not always want to necessarily engage with them. There are some fucking awesome rules in here for distracting zombie hordes.
What do you think, Jeff? 2 wizards, 4 warriors from the Lightbringers. That gives us 6. And then we could do 2 Beastmasters. And then we have 2 more floating. And you said 1 for your...
Yeah, at least 1. So 1, 2 Beastmasters is 3, 4 warriors is 7, and 2 wizards is 9.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I can bring another one from my order then.
Mm-hmm.
So 2.
Just in case if one of you falls, you still have pairs of 2.
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right. So 2 novice wizards, 2 infiltrators, 2 beastmasters, and 4 lightbringers. All right. Then, as you guys are being prepared, you can picture you're going to the quartermaster, you're getting things ready. I will let you get 1 bit of upgraded gear as well. So, do you wish... Let's see here. Okay, those are modifications. Is that what I want? Yes. Here's some options. You can have a piece of augmented gear. This would give you a +1 to skill bonuses with an item. You could have... Let's see here. Something enchanted with flying razor. A throwing weapon is imbued with various exotic materials to allow it to return to the hand of its thrower. I think Tanner's the only one with throwing knives. You could have an arrow storm enchantment, which would the bow or other projectile weapon automatically generates its own ammunition, but the number of projectiles vanish after a round after firing.
That sounds pretty useful.
It's interesting for sure.
Could have omened aim. occult components that grant +1 to hit. Could have long arm. A ranged or thrown weapon has a doubled range. Trying to find something that's applicable for you here, Tanner. Customized. Whenever used by them, +1 to hit with the weapon or +1 to the armor class with the armor. That could apply to something relating to your, maybe like brass knuckles or, you know, augmented or enchanted robes.
Yeah,
to give
I
you
could see that.
Preserving grace. Once per week, when you're mortally wounded, you'll automatically stabilize. Any of those?
Oh, I mean, that sounds like a really cool thing that we would sort of, my order might have.
Okay. So if you want to put under your equipment, maybe put down your robes and then put down preserving grace. What about you, Venek?
That arrow storm sounded pretty cool.
That it automatically loads?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I love that. Then you
so
can
I won't actually use arrows, is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah. So in which case, what you could do is you can actually remove or at least untick or stow your arrows. You'll notice there's under your equipment, you've got readied and you've got stowed. That tells you how long it takes to get the thing ready, and you track those encumbrances separately. So if you just swap that over, you'll stuff it away. It just means that you've got those arrows, but it'll take you longer to access them.
Okay, let me go to edit then.
There's
I don't see my robes there. Do I just add other equipment?
I actually didn't put your robes down because they didn't do anything, and they didn't count as encumbrance.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so I could...
To edit it, just hit the little pencil button in the top right. It is right next to, I think, where it says PC, NPC, then there's a little pencil-looking thing.
Oh, way at the top. Yeah, okay,
yeah.
Got it.
If you hit that, that'll allow you to add a new piece of gear in. Okay.
There we go. Item, robe.
How's that look?
Sorry, what did you say the power was called?
Love it. It is called... let's see here.
Eternal... Revitalizing something.
Preserving grace. Once per week, when you are mortally wounded, you will automatically stabilize. Okay. And your longship has drawn the westward trail. So you'll be sailing west from the Shifting Isle in search of whatever is out there.
Okay.
So, anything else that you guys would wish to try and secure? You've each got a week of rations, which should be sufficient. Venek can certainly scavenge, although the Deadlands can be tricky for that.
I assume that my beast, the direwolf, he's going to be carrying enough food for him, unless he's going to be eating stuff on the wild.
He will.
And it's possible to have not saddlebags, saddlebags for him, so we can load him up with stuff.
Yeah, you can.
Or maybe some kind of sleigh to drag stuff with.
How is
that works?
Oh, did it drop? Oh, there he is. It took sweet time for me. Yeah. All right. And, okay, so your dire wolf has 5d8 hit dice. Would you mind rolling 5d8 for us?
Come on, let's do a rock slide.
Nice. That's a good roll. Okay. So 26 hit dice.
Hit points, right?
Hit points, yeah, not hit dice.
I was going to say 26 hit dice. We're sending that guy in first every time. We all stand back behind the wolf.
Okay, Wendigo.
Change into his. Yeah.
So, Kev, it's meant to be a very magical world, right? And especially our isle is quite magical.
Yep.
So what about the idea of, Tanner has spent the last 6 months researching, working with, said people who have knowledge of the arcane and whatnot, to attempt to create something that would amount to a flare or a compass or a one-shot thing that he's going to attempt to activate or shoot off or use that might allow our missing leader sort of, if he's within range, it's like he might be able to find the Isle again.
I love that.
He sort of spent the 6 months making this thing, or whatever it would be,
Yeah. So what concerns do you think that your leaders may express with that plan?
Well,
I think they approve it. It might draw
other people. Yeah, they approve it, but it's like, there's danger that it's going to draw attention to the Isle. And we've sort of already decided, like, okay, we're full. We're like, this could bring trouble if others are close. And so, maybe there's a few caveats, like make sure that like we're on a large body of water and not some shallow little thing that like, people can just walk across in an afternoon and all of a sudden there's like 1,000 people at our doorstep.
Yeah, there was one time the Shifting Isle did appear in a relatively large lake. That was a bad time.
Yeah. And also, maybe there's enough of some continental information that the Isle has, so I'm to lean on the Rangers to sort of identify, like, are we even close enough to fire this thing off? Like, if you know what I mean, like, because you said like sometimes you're in the desert, sometimes you're in a forest or a snow place, and it's like identify the foliage, the plants, where we are we even close enough to bother? Like if we think we're he'll be months away of travel, like don't shoot something off that's not.
And then towards that end, I imagine that like the first time we came back and realized we're in a different spot in the world, we started keeping like cartography maps of like the areas we've come back in and started to piece together bits of the world that we've seen as we went along.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the wizards will be carrying. Maybe one of the wizards will be carrying, or both of them together, have like that magical map they'll be recording our travels with and trying to map things out as we go.
Well, that's part of the important thing with the cardinal boats. The way I pictured it is like the faster you can identify what part of the world is, the faster you can start thinking, okay, what potential resources can we scavenge here?
Yeah.
Because obviously the further along you get, this is now 100 years after the end of the world, so what's going to be there? But yeah, that is definitely a part of. I
assume the land masses wouldn't have changed too much, but the cities, what city?
yeah. Okay, then let me check something here because I thought that'd be neat if to know where you did leave him.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you
roll something here to?
Yeah. Why don't you each give us a D8 and a D10 roll, please? You could roll them both at the same time, as I can see the results. D8 and D10. Okay, so it's a 4 and a 5. 4. Okay. And 4 and 7. Okay. So the place...
This is interesting.
Okay.
I like this.
So it is... Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, obviously, we have some knowledge of like this, where this was.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
this was
absolutely.
the last place we were. Yeah.
And the last place you were would have been about 85 years after the fall.
Right.
It was a community that has become assiduously anti-magic and seems to be ruled by some kind of group that is related to the former one of the massive empires that would have dominated the region. So whether that's nobles or generals or senate members or what, they're the ones who ruled this place, and they were assiduously anti-magic. So friends you could have made there, or your ally could have been secret magical sympathizers, traders who just want to smuggle shit out, because they don't give a shit about that. Idealistic opponents of the empire. Someone who is a determined reformer. Perhaps someone who kind of wants to turn the world back over, realizing the time of the empire is gone. We need something new.
Right.
So there's all sorts of people that he could have been working with. Do you think there was any kind of personal relationship that led him to staying behind? Or was it just timing?
I think we thought it was timing, but after your description, I'm wondering if, he saw an opportunity where he saw how much magic was protecting us and saving our people, and being an infiltrator and having all these skills and knowledge, maybe he did get in with like sort of a rival faction who, after hearing their story, he thought with his knowledge he could help turn the tide and maybe save this whole community, And so I feel like he chose to stay would be the meta story that Tanner doesn't know.
Yeah. So maybe I'm going to suggest Tikarax is the name of the provincial, whatever the place was that was still that was ruled by these people.
Yeah.
So that's where you want to find is how far away from Tikarax you are.
Cool.
What about you, Venick? Anything that you particularly wanted to focus on or prepare? While you're considering that, I don't want to lean into stereotype, but did Tanner work with perhaps like gnomish engineers or dwarvish engineers in developing this thing? Is there perhaps a small contingent of non-humans in here? Or is this strictly a humans only? Because they don't know if the plague came from demi-humans.
Oh. I mean, I was imagining that a mix, maybe it took the magic of sort of all these different groups joined together to sort of create this sanctuary of the Isle, It took the magical stoneworkings of the dwarves building the machinery and some of the knowledge of the gnomes, maybe some of the rituals of the elves, and the powerful magical artifacts of the humans, sort of all combined to create this.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sort of
or at least throw something out there?
Yeah.
What if after the first shift, the elves realized that being here was killing them?
No.
If it's draining magic, right? Then either what they were doing was accelerating the return here, or it was potentially killing them.
Yeah, maybe.
So that means there is potentially some elvish enclave out there that knows about you guys and that, is trying to find some other way to survive.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So left after the first shift. Venek, sorry, we keep interrupting with other stuff. Venek, anything you've been doing or planning for the 10th shift?
Just drawing a blank here for him. He's mostly leaning, finally getting into his role for leading after, this will be his 4th out there leading. So he's probably looking for ways of making it more survivable or faster.
Yep.
So maybe he's looking for remnants of lost technology and maybe getting a tool to help find it quicker.
Okay. Do you think we should put maybe a couple of other problems, like pressing, apart from the magical shifting shit, is there other problems we want to learn about for the shifting isle?
That would be a good idea. I mean...
Okay. So why don't you each give us a 2d6 roll, please? Actually, give us... Sorry, let me think here. Give us a d4 and 2d6. Okay, 3.
I'm thinking having problems at home and then while we're going out and about, it's a good way of building tension.
Okay. So here's something interesting, Venek. There are tunnels or structures under the shifting isle. Sometimes things break through.
Like from below the ground? Or from the other side getting into the tunnels?
I don't know what it means. What do you think? Is it things from the ethereal sea that are sneaking in?
Definitely.
Or...
Definitely
yeah?
something.
Okay.
They're probably lured in by, because whenever we land somewhere, we go into a body of water and fishes and other organisms probably get into the island and mix up in the inside. So there's probably, probably the Deadland Walkers serve as some kind of underground cleaning force as well to take out things that grow down there that shouldn't be down there.
Okay.
And then the ethereal energies are tainting them.
And then Tanner, there's a food problem. The best looking or farming areas by the settlement are too dangerous to safely use as they should be. So there are some other areas, but they're apparently too dangerous to use. Why do you think that is? Is it just being too close to the ethereal sea? It's not as tranquil as what its name suggests? Or is there some other threat that's been coming out? I can see there is this little
Well, what if it's just like literally I was going to say the land that's outside of our walls. You know, every time we do come back, it's like those regions are very vulnerable. Sort of the citizens of the city who remain behind and don't head out on these expeditions are just guarding the walls. Like we've said, we need 0 infection, and we're not even sure how the infection is spread. So, if zombies or the like die on the shores of the island, it's like, have they contaminated the food source that's growing out there? Is it even safe to eat a field of carrots that's had 3 zombies killed on it, kind of thing?
Imagine the thought process that would have to go through amongst or the discussions amongst the magical college when you found your first zombified dryad. And you're like, this is a fey plant creature. What the fuck is it doing being zombified? Okay. So
maybe we have some factions in the city vying to actually get samples and bring back safely.
I think that's
what Venek could be actually trying to do in this particular instance. He has a mission of trying to get a sample and bring it back in secretly.
Whoa, that's pretty big. 5 years of no impact. So yeah, that's interesting.
I think that's what Venek will be doing. He won't be telling anybody about it.
Who is it for?
So.
Is it one of the sorcerers that's among there? Is it a druid who is, or just a scholar of some kind?
I think I'm going to be. He's probably going to be working with the 2 wizards that they're bringing along, just so they can help magically mask it. But I think it's one of the higher wizards. We have known so little for so long that we need to start figuring this out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay.
So and maybe it's like he's probably got this containment thing he's had built secretly that he's going to be collecting samples with.
Okay.
Well, and if it's connected to that food problem a little bit, this person might be trying to prove that food grown in the soil where creatures have zombies have died is still safe to eat. Like, you know, maybe it's someone who's really advocating for, like, look at all this, like you said, that piece that sticks out from the island there. It's like, look at all this farmland. We could have another 1,000 citizens or whatever if we would just start farming the far reaches of the Isle.
Yeah. Is there still a spirit of trying to save as much as there is, or has that shifted over 5 years to now being like, look, we're the ones who are preserving culture and society here. The people outside here.
But based on the emergent stuff we've seen so far with the elves leaving, and we know they're out there, there's probably other places out there that we could still learn from. Maybe they figured out different ways of surviving. Yeah. So we're always trying to get the best of the best back. But, you know, that the feeding thing is the problem.
Yeah, so, love it. Okay.
So if we can, solve that, then we can get more people, and then...
That's awesome.
Probably one of the reasons that Vanek is like so set on getting a sample is because, we need to finally figure this out.
If Tanner knew who the wizard was that Vanek is working with, would he be okay with this? Like, is he an otherwise trusted guy, or is it kind of a like, Vanek, man, come on, like?
I guess I see the my faction as probably being one of the ones who is most interested in saving as many people. They're on the side of saving as many people as possible. You know, like walking with every man is sort of our skill, and like blending in with everyone. But I think that you can only truly do that well if you can understand and get along with people and have true empathy and not be, a sociopath, but truly be empathetic. And so I think that if he knew about this plan, he probably would be on board, but he doesn't currently know about this plan, because he would be on one of the people, pleading with the council, like, let's find a way to grow more food. We've brought this farm faction or the group, whatever they are, on board, and like, look at what they've done with the little bit of land we've been able to give them. Mm-hmm. And if we could just grow outside the walls, we'd have food.
Love it. Okay, so then John, would you give us a D10 roll? I'm going to secretly determine the motivations of that. The Gildergreen Guild.
Yes.
What is that for?
For the name of the Grower Guild, then.
Oh, the Growers Gildergreen Guild. That is going to be challenging to say. Do you want to take a second pass at that?
We'll just call them Gildergreen then, or I don't know. What's the dice roll you need from me?
A D10. No. Like I'm fine with you naming them. Just like guild. I'm having difficulty saying it one time. Never mind referring
to Skyrim thing. So I've seen it for years, so it's easier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
The Gildergreen is a tree in the center of Whiterun.
Why don't we just call them the Gildergreen then?
Okay.
That's easier than the L. It's the L that's fucking me up.
Oh, Gildergreen.
Yeah, Gildergreen is fine.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. The Glean is the weird part. Yeah,
and it's not that it's weird. It's just that I'm Gildergreen. Probably if I said it more times, it would be fine. Which one do you prefer, Gildergreen or?
Gildergreen's fine. It's called Glean because it's actually taking a splice off a bigger tree from another place. So.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. If Gildergreen makes more sense, then I thought that it was Gildergreen. So why don't we simply call them the Gildergreen then, rather than the Guild? Because maybe that's the thing that's fucking up my tongue.
Just the Gildergreen. Maybe maybe what they're good at is, literally splicing a different type of tree, like right into the tree. So it's like, I don't know, all of a sudden this large oak tree is growing tomatoes, or, like sort of that magical idea of. Yeah,
like there's plenty of samples in, D&D-esque fantasy of hybridized monsters. Like, why would it be so strange to think they could do the same thing?
Maybe we saved like a burgeoning dryad in her tree, and then that's where they're growing all the extra food from, is from that nurturing that particular tree.
Could be. Although, if it's a magical creature, is she going to fight the same fate as the elves?
It's a good question.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
that's probably one of the reasons Venick is so desperate to find a solution.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then, what I was going to ask you guys to do...
Or she could be dormant, one of the two.
Is, let's see here.
You had me roll for something.
Oh, I got that. That's because that's a secret. I want to know what the actual motivation of your wizard is.
He's on the inside. He's bringing us down.
Okay, here we go.
I'm definitely not telling Lightbringers about what I'm doing, for sure.
Yeah, Uther may have something to say about that.
Yeah, they may be the ones who are like the, zero infection inside the walls faction.
Sure. Probably, right? Yeah. They also may be the ones who, more and more as they go out, I think they are probably the most conservative of the group, in the sense that they feel themselves, the city is the true, if they're, their god represents civilization, and the more that the outside world just crumbles, the more they think that this is the only place, and if people...
Right. Yeah. Right. This is the core of civilization, and that's why God has spared it. And so, why would we
create some strife with the Gildergleans then, because they were bringing nature back into the city?
I don't think it's not necessarily. I mean, like, public parks are a pretty standard part of most city planning, and you need agriculture and whatnot. It's not like they're psychopaths who think you just need to brick everything over
that.
But I think that if they're trying to change, like that, probably one of the points of tension when that group came in, the farmers, and that led to the Gildergleen becoming that, it may have been because they were having less influence over directly like what they value and what's important.
The tree needs more room to grow. You can't build there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, the town council for this place is, even in the limited period, has got to be just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I was looking for, sorry, was there's some great rules for NPCs. I wanted to give you guys some background about your lieutenants that are traveling with you.
Lieutenants are one of the 10s that we're taking?
Yeah. Like you got 2 infiltrators. One of those will be Tanner's lieutenant, and 2 beastmasters, so one of them would be your lieutenant. And an interesting thing, guys, is that for your classes, the way you make your characters are built are as what's called a adventurer, which is sort of like a hybrid class. You have one half of one class and one half of another. Your magical components, like the Beastmaster and the Vowed, are one half of that, but the other half could be, like in your case, Tanner, you are a Vowed warrior, but you could be a Vowed expert, you could be a Vowed mage, you could be all sorts of things. So one of your things, and similar, the Beastmaster, you are a Beastmaster expert, but you could be a Beastmaster warrior, you could be a Beastmaster mage, and come from another one. So there could be somebody who is a little bit of high mage and a little bit of that, or a little bit of Vowed and a little bit of yours. So it's a neat, the customization for the characters in the game is pretty fucking cool.
It's giving me fantasy crafts vibes, just a little bit.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. In the sense of like the amount of customization is really cool. All right, why don't you each give us... Gosh.
I love character creation, and this extends to city creation. And
that's what I thought. Yeah, like I wanted to have we'll just have some rules we're starting to play, so we can play the actual game, but focus on the stuff we're all sharing, which is the game world. Okay, here's what I'd like you guys to do: is roll a D4, a D6, a D8, a D10, a D12, and a D20. So basically, every dice, one of every dice you'd get in a D&D box set. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20, please.
I do notice that the dice roller does not work anymore for me.
Wait, oh, the side thing?
Yeah, it's not turning out for me either.
Oh, it might be because we're playing on Legacy, Maybe they just decided to, like, they can let that break now that they got that stupid fucking jump gate thing. Okay, that's perfect roll. Okay, so Venek, let me see here. Here's some of the personality traits about your lieutenant. They move with slow and measured actions. They have a fondness for either very bright or very dull colors. Their clothing is unusual as well, so something that strikes you unusual about it, whether that's different culture or different whatever is unusual means to you.
Okay.
They average physique. They have a pet animal not normally found here. So their companion will be something unconventional, I guess.
Exotic companion.
Yeah, and they prefer to always be in shade if possible. Jesus, is Drew's like Driz de Worden your...
They've got a giant bat. That's what the companion is.
Okay.
That's all of it?
That's all for him, yeah. So if you roll the same...
Yeah, I just was waiting so the numbers would
thank you.
stay
I appreciate that. I am very easily confused. So here's
I didn't want you to like look up mid-reading and then grab the wrong one.
Here's what you know about your lieutenant, Tanner. They move with a smooth, relaxed, and efficient manner. Their clothing, they wear the group style of they wear another group's style of clothing. As spies, that probably doesn't surprise you. Their clothing, likewise, is very unusual. They're shorter or more slender than average. Their physique. Mm-hmm. They have an abnormal temperament for their trade.
Dull colors.
So I don't know what that would mean necessarily. And then finally... they never look you in the eye when they're lying.
Oh,
something you've noticed about them. So different temperament, unusual clothing, short or more slender.
So which faction would they dress as?
Hey, Kev, are half elves a thing in this setting?
Sure.
Are they going to suffer the same things with the elves by having their magic drained, or are they more humanish?
I imagine it depends on the half elf. Okay. If they're not a separate species like they are in Eberron or whatnot.
Okay.
Are you thinking that your person is a half elf?
Yeah, I'm thinking to kind of lean towards. I'm sure if there's elves, there would be dark elves as well. Maybe half dark elf.
Sure.
That's explained with the giant bat, the weird clothing, prefers dull colors, and prefers to be in the shade.
Yeah. Are they someone who came to the city before or after?
After.
Okay, so they're after the end then. That's interesting. God, imagine how bad the zombie plague would be in the Underdark.
I know.
Fuck, you know.
She's probably the remnant of survivors or something like early on.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so that's great. You just got to pick a name for your lieutenant. And what about you, Tanner? Have you come to conclusions about your lieutenant?
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe they're a little bit on the aggressive side, like, a little more of a firecracker, and that's, not a very normal thing for the infiltrators, right? Like, you don't want to be drawing attention to yourself.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? And you know what kind of fits with this, which is interesting, is maybe this is even the previous leader's son or daughter, and who, has like injected themselves on this mission. Like, I'm going with you. We're finding my dad, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that.
And it's like, oh, great. You're not really well suited for this, but I can't say no.
Which is interesting because if you truly were in a leadership role, maybe that would have been your role, right? Is just say, no, like, you got to get your head out of your ass here.
Right. Like, maybe he wasn't really ready for this, and,
Yeah,
so that's
love
part
it.
of it. He doesn't like the confrontation, and this person is very confrontational, and so it's sort of that like slightly more meek personality or accommodating versus someone who is very aggressively wants their way. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't? So we need a name for your character, for your lieutenant, Tanner, and then for Tilnay. Is it Tilnay or Tilnea?
Tilnay.
Tilnay. Why don't you give us a 1d8 roll, please? 3 hit points. Okay.
Well, I imagine her. That's a fragileness of the elf coming through.
Yeah, and also like it's part of what, like the whole point of having the things like the what do you call shock value for weapons in melee is to reflect that, like, especially for the average person, like you're not supposed to be involved in. If I get into a sword fight with somebody who knows what they're doing, I'm fucking dead.
Yeah.
Like no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm a goner.
I'm guessing her specialty is scouting and using her bat senses to explore caves and stuff.
Love it.
So,
and what about Tanner's stepson-ish?
Yeah, let's go with Gibson.
Gibson, I love it. And would you give us a D8 roll, please? Let's see how many hit points he's got.
oh, Tilnay may be really good for the.
He is so unsuited for this.
Oh yeah, Tanner knows it, and Tanner is like, "Oh my god."
Okay.
I just hope this kid doesn't get killed, and then the like firework thing or the flare works, and his dad comes back, and it's like, hey, where's Gibson?
Broad Gibson.
Okay. So then, guys, let me show you the map that you have seen. You can picture. Is it in like the top of the dome where everyone's meeting to strategize for like where we found ourselves? What we've seen, using our either magical senses or telescopes or things like that. Let me show you where you are, guys. And I'd ask, you do have control over this token, but I'd ask you to please not move it. And actually, let me double check and make sure you actually have... I've got the... Oh, I've got to give you guys control over it. Hold up. Oh, it is already. Look at that. Kev from a couple of hours ago. Well done. Well done. Let me bring you over here, guys. The reason I'd ask you not to move it is because I've set it up so that as you explore the map, it will be revealed and remain revealed. Okay. So, this is where the shifting isle manifested. And this is 5 kilometers out. What you can see is there are 5 kilometers off, one island chain there, and then there is a single island to the south of that. The way travel works in this is every time you go into a hex, we're going to have Venick make a survival check to make sure you don't get lost. You can choose to pass through a hex, or you can choose to explore a hex. Major land features will show up on this, but there might be smaller things in there if you wish to spend more time. For in any given day, you guys will be able to travel. Let me get to the travel section here. In these ships can move pretty substantially far, about 10 hexes, if you were not taking time to explore. It is 1 day to scout a hex on ocean to see if there is anything of value in there. You can choose to do that, or you can choose to... They're going to trust you to spend your time how you deem it best used. Sailing directly... Go ahead, John.
You said it was 10 hexes we could travel in a day?
In a day.
On water? Okay.
But you also don't want to just sail out. If you find stuff there is value in finding out what is immediately there, because that might help you figure out where you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So where it appears, what it appears like is that you guys, your task will be to sail out into open water to see what is there. Once you go in to that, you can move at an even more cautious rate, but you're not going to have to worry about that. I think you guys can travel on. Not every hex will have a random encounter, but every hex does require a going astray roll. And that is going to be you, Venek, every time you enter the hex.
Okay.
For this, that's really just going to represent inclement weather. So it's a flat fucking surface. You guys have functioning compasses, right? So you should not do that. Anything that you guys wish to discuss before you take your crew and you head west?
Right, we drew the west straw.
Correct.
So that way, okay.
I mean, I believe we should sail until we can see enough of a landmark that we know where we are.
Because we see the
Right.
islands over there, so we'll see landmasses as we come to them. Yeah, we should look for the first biggest landmark to the west and then explore from there. You said we had longboats that we can go out with, so main ship and then longboats?
No, you're on a longboat. That's it.
Okay.
You can't be sailing out as a flotilla. For one, you're putting a lot of people at risk then. And two, you don't want people to know you're here. The defenses are, the most potent people are generally going to be part of the saviors.
Okay.
Other than the wizards. So, in theory, the shifting could, while still maintaining a charge, try and shift. But they don't know how long they would last there. They don't know if it would damage the thing. So that is sort of something they have not tested yet and would likely prefer not to.
So we haven't been in dire straits enough to do that.
Not yet. Interestingly enough, Tanner, I believe you are the most educated of the crew.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
the know skill is kind of the like all-purpose whatchamacallit, intelligence or like education stat or skill.
Yeah.
You know I have a 0, right?
Yeah, but 0 means you're not taking a penalty.
Oh, 0
I'm
is
taking a
not a
penalty.
penalty.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you don't have it, you take -1. If you got basic training, it's 0.
Yeah, I'm an
Okay.
expert, but not in the knowledge areas.
No.
Right.
Okay. Then that is what we'll be doing then, guys, is you setting out onto the water. See where you can go. You and your 10 crew. Why don't we take our mid-session break before we do that, though? Then we can come back and just do some exploration.
Sounds good.
Some hex crawling.
Yeah. Okay, so then for those
right.
listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right. So we haven't rolled a single skill check or attack yet.
That's okay. World building is fun.
Absolutely. Okay. I was checking the travel rules here. I get to make a dice roll. I like that. Oopsies. Hey, everybody at home. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend. Whether that is an early start or not. Okay, so you guys have a week's worth of rations with you right now as well. All right, guys, you ready to set out?
Yes, sir.
Ready to go.
Okay. We have... What I'm going to suggest is we roll the hit dice for the other people if and when they take any damage.
Makes sense.
Okay. So, John.
Hmm?
Oh, actually, Jeffrey, you are the captain.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to move that into one hex over?
Yeah, so we either go here. Okay, let's go here.
One thing I'm going to say is because it reveals as you go, yeah, you're going to have to like pick where you go, then move it. Now that's interesting. So it appears there's a little bit of land.
Oh, do we want to mark the original location of our city?
Yes. Let me make... let's see here. Here we go. Okay. You guys were right. Oh, that's a line. Dang it. Ellipse. That's what I want. Boom. Red circle is
Home
your
base.
home. Okay. So, first, John, would you give us a D8 roll, please?
D8. Okay. 1.
Wonderful.
I guess we want to roll high.
Wonderful. All right.
Shark attack. Sharknado.
You guys, as you're traveling into this square, you are going to be still, you can see the shifting isle in the distance, right? Like that dome, the white things on the very edge of your vision, just about to disappear behind the horizon. Is there any, like, thing you say to everybody as you're getting on board the ship? Is there any expectation that you guys have specifically for your crew? Is there an SOP you have? What happens when you see somebody? What happens when you see another ship? If you see another ship.
Well, if we see another ship, we probably need to get like all the wizards and stuff out of sight, so nothing looks unusual from afar. Maybe get armed. Those of us who aren't rowing.
There's no. Oh yeah, actually, they could have up to 8 people rowing on this. Yeah. Jeffrey, any other?
I mean, I think that, like, we're cautious. I think, like John said, everyone's sort of ready for trouble, and especially trouble that's near the Isle. You know, like, the mandate is probably take it out because, you know, we want to protect the Isle. So
yeah, this close especially.
Yeah, like within the first few hexes, like it wouldn't just be run and keep moving. It would be try to dispatch it, or if it's too difficult to fight, try to lure it away from the Isle.
Okay. Let me just find. So I'm trying to find the table. Little. So there's so many tables in the game. Oh, I found it. Lovely. Jeffrey, would you give us a D6 roll, please?
D6 roll.
So here's the things you is it Gibson who is on the watchtower, or is it one of the is it Tilney or one of the other Deadland Walkers?
It's probably the other Deadland Walker up at the on the lookout position.
Okay.
Tilney doesn't like to be in the light often, so
what you find is that as you travel along, for you, one thing that they notice is to the south, I guess the southwest, there is a sign of land. How big that is another question. What they also find is a little further to the northwest, there is a vessel. Now, would one of you like to give us I think it's, I want to say spot, but let me double check here. The skill list is so short, and I can't remember them.
Notice?
Notice. Okay, it is notice. I had that in my head, and I was like, I don't know if that's right. Yeah, who would like to give us a notice check?
a flat 0 on mine. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, you're better than me then. I'm a -1,
Okay.
so.
Your wisdom modifier would be added to that as well.
Okay.
Which I think is probably better for Venick anyway. Ugh. Okay.
Well, it's average roll.
So what you find is...
I love how you can assign stats as you roll them.
Yeah, I love the flexibility of using different things with different skills. It's really, really cool. Okay. So what you can tell is it appears to be a smaller vessel, the type that is ocean worthy, and you can't quite make out you can't quite make out what is going on the ship. The sails appear to be down, so it may be drifting, but there seems to be activity on the deck from this distance. So from this distance, they may be able to spot you, but you can't make out enough. It could be that there's some haze that's come in, or maybe it's raining. What do you guys wish to do?
Is it like a larger ship than us?
It is. It probably has a larger crew. Yeah.
What do you think, Tanner?
Um,
Can we watch them long enough to get where their heading is? Like, are they drifting in the particular direction?
They're drifting with the tide. So, let's see here. Away from you, to the southwest.
Okay.
So they actually be drifting in the direction of where that land is.
Do we kind of match pace with them and move them towards the land?
You'll easily outpace them. They're just drifting.
yeah.
If they're just drifting, maybe we should go investigate. Because they're going to be a danger to the city if they get closer.
Yeah, I think we should go investigate the ship. I agree.
Okay. So once you get closer to, I'm assuming there'd be a spyglass on board. I wonder if that
Is
grants...
it on the same hex, technically, Kev? Is that
Yeah,
what
it's
you
in the
mean?
same area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, as you're sailing closer, you can see that there's a lot of different colored wood repair on it. It's clear this place has been, or this thing has been modified several times. And looking in the gear section here.
Jeff, how good is your character at convincing?
Convince +1.
Okay, so you're doing the talking.
Also, if he's trying to impersonate somebody, he can commit effort for the day and re-roll. A fail.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, spyglass. Sorry, guys. I was listening to you talk and not looking. It must do that. So if you go to spyglass, I would give you a +1. What you can see as you're getting in closer is that there appears to be, let's see, 4 people up in the sails, and they seem to have tied themselves to the mast to avoid themselves from falling. And the reason seems to be there's about 12 zombies that are kind of moving around on the deck. And some are kind of looking up at them. They do not appear to be a variety of zombies that like leaps or is intelligent or whatnot. They all seem to be dressed in the same kind of ratty sailor clothes as well. This is not the first time, I think, Tanner, you've seen somebody accidentally brought the infection on board the ship and then something like this resulted. What's unusual here is that of the 4 that are up there, at least 2 of them seem to be sort of waving in your direction.
Yeah.
The other 2 may have died already, but the 2 waving in your direction seem still alive.
Vedic readies his bow. We're gonna arrow storm some zombies.
Yeah, I think we should try and save these people. And also, we don't want a ship of zombies drifting over to the Isle.
For sure.
Okay. So let's see here.
We'll see how intelligent these things are.
If you just want to tell us what it looks like between your skill level and the amount of damage that you do and the amount of hit points they have, it's gonna be a.
Okay. Yeah, you just see Venick as we're starting to get closer. He just draws his bow back with his execute command and just headshot. And then when they get close enough, he just rains down about 6 arrows in rapid succession.
12 zombies now still on the deck. The smell is not pleasant. Now, one thing I forgot to mention as well, you guys may have noticed that you have languages on your sheet. The common tongue in Worlds Without Number is trade cant. That's sort of the thing. So you've got trade cant on there. You also all have Draconic. And what I thought is that one of the ways that the Isle may have adopted a way of trying to ensure that if you want to speak while among strangers, is that you teach the inhabitants of the Isle how to speak Draconic and hope that nobody else does.
Gotcha.
So you all speak Draconic, but it's an uncommon tongue among the average human of here. Trade cant is the language that used to predominate. This is now 100 years out, so it may be a little bit like, you trying to communicate with someone in the 19th century. You can probably get by, but they may think you got a bit of a weird accent. You might use some odd words. Let's roll for reaction for these people. So hold up.
Yeah, there's a boat coming in with 13 people on it and a giant wolf.
Yeah.
Well, and possibly like a bat.
Well, a giant bat would be more of like I think the size of a small dog. I think.
Yeah, because even a big bat is still going to be...
Oh, speaking of, I need to roll hit points for the bat, right?
The bat would have 1d6 or 1d8 as well.
It's got 1.
Okay. Jeff,
Poor
it's a
bat.
2d6 roll. What is your charisma modifier?
Charisma modifier +1.
+1. Give us a 2d6 +1 roll, please. And then John, give us a d8 roll, please.
I'm doing so well on the d8s. That was another one.
Okay.
Oh, it's you're supposed to roll high, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
and then
sorry,
one.
friends.
Okay.
I think we're going to kill them just because there's zombies on board. We
Yeah,
can't
like
risk it.
it's probably like, let's say a woman and a man left, who were like, they're screaming at you. Unless you want to fight in your hands, you best put a arrow in my head too. And it's in very accented trade cant. From your perspective.
I think we should not risk it.
With getting on the boat.
Panic, yes. I think we,
This
unfortunately,
is the size of vessel that would, in brighter days, would transport things, cargo, and
so there might be some value in
Yeah,
to
and
the ship
what's
itself.
something you typically find in the captain's quarters?
Maps.
Yeah.
And a
And
log.
Vanek initially he's like, this is his first chance to get a sample, so he really wants to get on that ship.
Oh. So you're sort of pushing for this desire to be on the ship.
Oh yeah, I'm basically trying to convince you. Hey, it's got sources we could use, and if
There could be more of them down below.
yeah, the Lightbringer would come with us, he can probably cleanse the other two, and they could be useful.
And a reaction, I should say, that is just a starting point of their things. What John rolled for, which I think is really cool in this game, is it gives you why it's a positive reaction or a negative reaction. So they're reacting in a certain way, but there's a reason why. So, I mean, you may never find that out, but I think it's a really interesting little twist for the GM side to be able to inform the role-playing of that, and also to kind of govern the social roles, if you try and...
Right.
You know. So, what do you guys do? Neither of them is going to... They've tied themselves up. I think the woman who yelled at you is trying to untie herself so as to try to come down, but from the looks of her, like, she's not in any shape to put up a fight whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll shut up. We're coming aboard. Stay up there.
You're not taking anything of mine! You're
Take
easily
what we
able to
damn
dock.
well please.
Tanner, do you want to do anything or say anything? You're the...
Um.
Do you want to take advantage of any of your disguise stuff?
No, I think at this point we're just going to say, you know, the ship is ours now. Stay where you are.
Okay.
You've seen the skill of our archers.
You bastards! You bastards!
I'll be the first one up and try to snag a finger or something off one of the zombies before anybody notices.
Okay. Why don't you give us...
I'm
Like,
going to
this
do it
is
under
not-
the cover of clearing the deck.
Yeah, like, this is not a matter of, like, quickly, easily grabbing something. This is going to be pretty obvious. So, give us a stealth check. I'm going to set the difficulty...
The sneak comes in handy,
Oh,
right?
sorry, sneak. Yeah. Give us a sneak check. I think... Let me see here. I want to say 10, but I'm just going to double check the difficulty thing here. I do like at the end of each chapter, there's a quick reference sheet. I think because your Lightbringer colleague is going to be vigorously watching for these things to make sure there's no infection, it's a 12 you're rolling against.
Okay, well, yeah. And dexterity?
Yes, yeah.
I don't even need to roll my extra
Nice!
d6. Yeah, we're good.
Awesome, all right.
Yeah, I couldn't roll lower, so.
So you
So
are...
it's like I get up there, I like get my dagger out, I scurry up there before anybody else can, and I just slice through a finger, and it's just decayed just enough that it comes off easily.
Okay, love it. All right, she didn't even notice. You're the person in here. So you've gone across, or who are you bringing with you?
Bringing my Tilnay. She's coming up with me.
Okay. Anyone else coming across?
I feel like I'll stay on the ship here. We can't lose the captain. You evaluate, Fennec.
Well, let's take two of the warriors after me and Tilney has seen that the deck is clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Two of the warriors come across, and I think that Lightbringer Uther will step across as well, just to be sure that there's no lingering concern.
I think that I'm sort of keeping the ship close to the, like keeping them tied together and keeping the control of it, basically.
Yeah.
Is what he's doing.
So what are you guys planning on doing, Fennec, now that you're across?
Clearing, making sure the deck is clear, and then we're going to set up guards near like the entrance to the lower deck, and then make our way to the captain's quarters.
Okay. Do you wish, do you do anything before you begin heading below deck?
Do we have to go below deck to the captain's quarters? Isn't it normally like tucked right up?
Well, I mean, it's you're going below deck to literally. It's not on the surface of the deck, right? So,
well,
you're not going onto the hold, but you are going to have to go below deck in order to reach the.
I'll shout up at the lady. She seems more apt to talk. Those 12 of them I took down. Are there more?
Why don't you give us I think it's convince.
Okay. Charisma?
Yeah.
7.
I'm not going to repeat. This is a family show, but I'm not going to repeat what she says to you. It ain't nice in any event.
You're not being very helpful.
She invites you to do something with your anatomy that you're, even with a really good dex check, you're pretty sure you couldn't do. So.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the two warriors until they on deck just to watch them, and then me and the Lightbringer are gonna go into the captain's quarters.
Okay. Lightbringer staying on deck, I think.
Oh, he doesn't want to come down?
He's keeping an eye out, right?
I thought we brought 2 warriors and then Tilney and.
Okay,
so we got 5
if you
people.
want to bring, sure, no, that's fine.
Well, no, I mean I want to leave 2 warriors and Tilney on deck, and then me and because if there's any more zombies, they're going to be downstairs.
Okay. So then,
so you want someone who can fight by you?
Yeah, because I'm not that forward,
So as he makes his way towards, he stops and he looks at you and says, "Do you hear anything?" And you could give us a notice check, Vanek.
Oh, I should bring my my pet up with me.
Sure.
Yeah. Notice.
Excuse me.
And wisdom.
Wisdom, yes, please.
Okay.
You can hear something scratching and moaning.
Okay, yeah, that was like, yes, I hear something, and I think I'll commit some effort into the scene.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm going to activate Savage Senses so that I can see clearly in pitch darkness and scent trails out.
Okay.
And belongings as perfectly as a wolf could.
Okay.
It'll give me a +2 on my notice checks. So.
Yeah. So I think as soon as your animalistic senses activate, the thing that hits you is the pungent stink of rot that is the dead. There's something dead within the captain's quarters.
Okay, and in that case, I'll say, Tanner, there's something dead in the captain's quarters. You can join us or stay down there. Well, you still got 2 warriors, a beastmaster, and the 2 wizards in the boat.
But I don't know if anyone else can.
I think all members of your order probably can.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I will leave Gibson here very reluctantly and head over to the boat. Giving him the wheel is like, an annoyance to Tanner.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Okay, and I think I will get my dagger out for close quarters combat.
Okay. So you get your dagger out, and then... so we have the option. The option is to do individual initiative, but here's a little throwback for you guys. The default style of play is group initiative.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
So, if you want to go with a group initiative, I believe it's a D8. So I was trying to find... actually, let me find what I was looking for first in here. Here, right in the index. Excellent. Okay, I found it. Sorry, guys. While I was talking to you there, John, I was flipping back and forth. I'm like, where's the darn chart I'm looking for? All right, and initiative. Here we go. Here we go. A D8, and you add the highest dexterity modifier in the group. So since John's at the door, why don't we have John roll initiative?
Lovely.
And you're going to beat my 3.
I can tie it at minimum.
Nice. Okay. So you guys will be up first. I think the Lightbringer will... Uther will throw things open. Let me... what are we going to do here? Oh, you know what? I might have a background we can use here. Hold up.
I love that we have a Lightbringer here, because otherwise I'd be burning the ship.
Well, and the healing is the healing that he offers is actually pretty fucking cool too. Is that healing ability that the healers have? It's 2d6 plus, I think for him plus 1 or plus 2. Let's see. Let's do this, guys. I'll open up. These are, I don't think, quite the correct size. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm going to duplicate.
Yeah, I was looking at Healing Touch before we discussed the thing, and I saw 2d6. I'm like, I don't see a limitation. And I was like, oh, what's system strain?
Yeah. The system
okay, yeah. There's a limit.
Oh, my God. Fucking roll 20 is chugging for me right now. There we go. Okay. And... so it's not quite correct, but it'll at least give us a feel of being, out on the open ocean kind of stuff here. So let me bring the map layer. I'll grab from the shifting isle, because then you've got Wendigo as well.
Yep.
Guys down here. Bring your Uther. And you. All right. What do you think, guys?
I like that.
Give you the feel of being out at the ocean?
Yeah, if Dave was here, that'd be accurate.
Yeah. Okay, so then... Uther, for his his main action, will throw the door open on your turn. So what do you call it? Action economy. You have a main action, you have a move action, and you can take as many on-turn actions as you like, and instant actions can be taken whenever they trigger. So, the main action for him will be to throw the door open for you and then to move back. And within, you will see, let's see here. Let's use this one. Why not? Yeah. And the type O zombie. One thing I really love too in his games, he typically puts, for Kevin Crawford, on the last inside covers, monster stats. another kind of pertinent thing. So like what you would see on a GM screen is often the inside back cover of all of his games.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which includes for a zombie game or a post-apocalyptic game at least, it's zombies. Okay, Jeffrey, give us a 4d8 roll, please. I have not set this game up for players yet properly. Like, I've got the bars in the wrong fucking place. I've got the default displays wrong. The pages are all screwed up. Okay, so then, Venik, what are you doing?
Okay, so it's Venik's turn. Is it an action to order my companion?
I think it is an on-turn action to order your companion. Let me double check.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
So it's take as many as you'd like. Sorry, so your Beastmasters are right at the back of the book. Let's see here. Here we go. It'll function as an independent allied creature. It'll obey commands that are not contrary to its own nature or beyond its intellect, but it'll fight, move, check instinct, and morale as normal, and act independently in combat.
Okay. And do we just see the one creature in there?
Yes. Let me see here. Yeah, just the one who seems to be dressed in. Okay. You would guess are more. There's like a cloak, or a jacket. This is probably someone who was a more ranking member on the crew.
So I think what'll happen is Venik and Wendigo, they've trained to fight as a team, especially in close quarters.
Yep.
He'll give the order to flank, and then they'll both dart in there and try to attack him.
I don't know if a dire wolf could fit through the door frame in there to then flank, not without taking an attack of opportunity.
Oh.
Just FYI.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
He's a big dog.
Let me make sure that's a thing in the game. Hold up. I don't want to cheat here. Because I can't remember if it is actually because this game does adopt more of a old. Oh no, but we had like attacks of opportunity in AD&D, right? So.
Yeah, because if it's squeezing, that would definitely attack of opportunity generate. So.
Yeah, just because it was at the door, right? So I just don't know.
Oh, so it's at the door, not inside.
Yeah, that's what you heard somebody scratching at the door, right, and moaning at the door.
Okay.
So.
I thought it was in the room.
No.
In that case, then I think Venik will dart in and try to slash it, and Wendigo would bite over him.
Okay.
If he's got the reach for that.
I don't think you can. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm thinking you get one of you guys are gonna be able to get in there. Picture what these ships are not incredibly big, so I don't think you're getting both getting attacks to this round.
Okay. Well, I'll just have Wendigo dart in there and try to bite him then.
Let me see here. Yeah, there's no attacks opportunity. Forgive me.
Okay. I mean, I could switch to my bow because I can ready that as a on-turn action and then shoot him. How's that sound?
I think you need to spend a move action to load, though. So that would be you would be able to shoot this round.
My Deadeye says I can ready a stowed range as an instant action.
Oh, awesome! That's fucking great. So yeah, that would be great. And then it's a move action to load. And you shoot.
So I'll tell Wendigo to go in, and as he's running in, I'll pop an arrow at him.
You got it.
At the zombie, of course. Go with the longbow then. Kata.
Right. So it's a snap attack is what it is.
Okay.
So there is a thing. You take -4 to hit with the snap attack.
Does a 10 hit then?
10. Okay. A 10. Yes, I believe. I hit. Let's see. Yes. And it is a big hit on him. Look at this.
And I programmed in Wendigo's attack because I like doing that.
Nice. Okay.
And he'll dart in there and try to go for a leg or something.
Okay.
And 19. Wait, did that roll? Yeah, it's a D20.
Yeah, roll 19. Yeah, that hit. And Wendigo tears the leg out from under this thing and it hits the ground. Dead. Well, I mean, still.
Oh.
Uther looks down at it. Well, that's that then.
Now Wendigo's mouth looks like it does in the picture.
Yeah. Yay. With that done, let's see here. Let's see what's in here.
Yeah.
I think they go down that quick. Holy cow.
Yeah, combat's very quick in here. It's one, like, singular or zombies, even more durable ones, are not going to be around for that long. But, okay, so then why don't, John, if you're searching in there...
Yeah, I'll move in because I can see in the dark for now. So.
Give us a D20 roll, please.
Okay.
Is there nothing else here right now?
No, the deck is still... There's still the woman screaming at you guys, and there's the other guy who doesn't seem to be... He's trying to figure out what you guys are doing.
Want to try to convince them to get down there, Tanner?
Yeah, maybe I'll head back up on the deck then to talk to these, try and negotiate with the survivors.
Okay. Give us another D20 roll, please.
Yes, sir. 11.
Okay. And then one more.
3.
So, unfortunately, nothing of value. At least not in the hold. There are no maps. There are no... there's no log.
Not even like it was there, but it got ripped apart and destroyed?
No. Like, there's nothing. You search this place, there's nothing here.
Oh, then those survivors are doubly important. Then they have all the information we'll get here. I'll take Wendigo and I said we'll just sniff around just to scent out any more death or undead that might be here. But other than that, we'll head back up this deck.
So sneaking around, there doesn't appear to be anything further. Whatever was afflicted here does seem to have made its way up to the top. Wendigo sniffs the hold. And I mean, you would also, if you got it for the scene, so you're able to kind of move around. If you get yourself down to a lower point, the hold does not have that same stench that was in the captain's hold, and that's on the deck right now. I think Uther is coordinating with his people to toss all the zombie bodies over the side.
Gotcha. To the deck then.
Tanner, do you wish to do anything?
Yeah, he was heading back to the deck to try and, talk to these people, convince them to, give up some information.
So what do you say?
We're their only hope. Just, we're your only hope. You might as well cooperate.
Sure.
Your crew is dead. You're doomed out here.
Why don't you give us a...
That woman did not like me.
In fairness, she didn't like either of you guys.
Like a convince?
Yeah, convince. Please. And use charisma with that, please.
Yeah, I was just dialing. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Now,
terrible.
Yeah, you're not deceiving anybody, so I don't think you got your access to the reroll. So what do you say to her?
Oh, just that. Like, we're your only hope. Your crew is dead. You're gonna die out here. You should cooperate.
She seems utterly silent.
Unimpressed.
Yeah, what you could do is...
You see Venick now, he's just going to step out of the hold and see this whole situation, and he's going to put an arrow right next to her on the mast. Get down from there now.
Give us a convince check with, you can use your dexterity as your modifier.
Okay. 10.
Okay. She realizes you were not fucking around. Then the thing vanishes right afterwards, right? So she's kind of like shocked at what you are and makes her way down, and she's looking at you all. And she's like, what kind of fool wears armor on the open seas? As she looks at Uther. And he says, one with faith, madam. She finally gets down.
Is your companion alive?
She looks up and says, Skip, get down. And she looks over. The other two. He's the only one. You can tell, like, Tanner, I think you've got a 0 in medicine, don't you?
Yeah, I think I do.
Like,
medicine.
she's looking... her skin is sunburned. Her...
Oh, I don't see medicine.
Aren't you? Hold up, maybe I'm confusing with...
Heal.
Oh, heal, not medicine.
Oh, heal. Yeah, I have a 0. Yeah, sorry, I do have
Yeah, I think Uther's our healer.
Uther's the healer, definitely. But what you can tell, just at a glance, like, there's signs of dehydration. There's obviously she's weak, and there's signs of exposure. Like, she must have been up there for quite some time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fish out some of my water. Pass my water skin to her.
Okay.
Drink slowly, so you don't choke on it.
And she sort of chokes it back.
Well,
are you with the Baron then? Did
the
he find
Baron?
out?
Who is this? Who's the Baron?
Don't play stupid. Someone with your equipment?
Baron.
Who but Baron Ironmonger would have this?
We are not associated with him.
She looks over at Skip, looks back at you. You're not, are you?
We are not.
We are strangers to this land. We've been sailing many days. Rowing,
Looks over,
actually.
not long enough for the armor to tarnish. And Uther kind of, we take care, madam. She doesn't quite believe him. He's not a very...
Venick raises his bow and taps it, and then indicates the arrows, and then the mast again, and shrugs at Uther, like he's trying to get across magic.
Remember, your arrows disappeared, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's indicating the whole magic thing is like he indicates Uther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she says, You're not from Saldalore. And Tanner, you can give us a knowledge check.
The no?
No, sorry, yeah.
No, it's the no.
With
intelligence or wisdom?
I think intelligence.
Okay.
No, that's good enough.
20.
That name sounds familiar to you. I don't think you rolled well enough to know precisely why, but like, hold on, what? That fucking name, Saldalore. What's she referring to? Why is that? Someone made that. Someone has brought up, and I think it's someone within the Wizards Council brought up the name Saldalore.
Tell me more of this Saldalore.
Well, if you're from there, who are you people?
I never said we were from there.
Well, if you're not with Baron Ironmonger, and I've never seen a boat like yours. And I don't know why you'd be wasting all that steel on the deck. There's cheaper ways to drown yourself. Where else would you be from?
They're from very far away. And very nearby. It is not something for you to understand.
Well,
Venick will say, just to hedge, it'll say, we're from a homeland that moves.
They look at one another. I'm going to see... I'm just going to make a skill check for her.
That's
And for
what I was trying to hit. That maybe there's rumors about there about a moving island or something.
Yeah, just a question of whether it would have made its way. Like, it's a long time that the isle would have been shifting. Isle would have been going back and forth.
Yeah. It's appeared 9 times in the world already. So
yeah, over the span of at least. I mean, this is the 10th shift, so this would have been at least 90. No. So sorry, I said 85 last time. Would have been 95 years. It's at least 105 years since, possibly longer than that. So she seems sort of baffled by that. And she says, "Well, you're home. They're not. Are they looking for to do business?"
We're here to explore and gather resources.
Can you pay?
Depends on what you...
Skips kind of hits her. And it's like,
depends
what
what you...
Yeah, what do you value?
What
At this point, we're doing the barter system. And from what I can tell, he looks around the boat. You owe us.
Sort of.
And knowledge is our most wanted commerce.
All right. Let me just check here. There are some trade rules. I think you've got a training in trade, don't you, Fennec?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Because there are actual, like, barter rules. Not barter, but, like,
I'll say I
haggle.
found no logs or maps or anything below. So this place, not even scraps, it was cleaned. Stripped.
We had to leave we knew where we were going. We knew how to get there.
Where were you going? East, north, south?
We were headed north. We'd heard that the dwarf remnants, they were looking to trade and salvage.
So the ship.
This thing? What dwarf wants to set foot on a boat?
Well, you could haul things for them.
You could say that. Your people have need of steel?
I think we would.
Oh, heck yeah. You guys would.
Yeah, always.
We have need for many things.
Why don't you give us a trade check?
Okay.
I think using charisma as well, Vinnick.
10.
Nice roll. All right, so she seems to, once you start talking trade and trying to get some kind of, haggle going out of this, what you're going to find is... give us a 2d10 roll, please.
13.
Okay. What you find on board... Oh, and then give us a d20 roll, actually, please.
19.
Nice! Give us another...
In compartment.
give us another d20.
3.
Okay. So what you find is that she has actually squared away. What is that total? 16. So, let me just double check what the hold covers. I don't want to think something that's more than what the ship actually has. There we go. Here we go. Cargo. Here we go. So what your ship can carry 10 tons of cargo. What she has in the hold would be the equivalent of about a ton and a half of forged dwarven steel. The thing is, it's marked, the scrap is marked and used to own, or used to belong to Baron Ironmonger.
Oh, if only I cared about this Baron.
If you don't care about that, you're traveling home wants to make a deal on this, I'll make a deal. But you're going to have to help us either sail this or get this over to your ship and take us with you.
Jeff, what do you think? We're still really close to home.
Yeah,
Would the council tolerate us bringing a ship in?
If we clear the zombies,
Yeah, Uther took care of that.
I mean, because we're so close, the value of a complete another ship just for 2 new citizens is a fair trade.
It's like, what do you... I'm not going to your home. This is my ship.
You have a home? How are you going to maneuver this ship?
Yes, the 2 of you cannot control it.
You're
need every one of us.
emaciated. Can you even lift the sails, woman?
Yeah. She didn't seem to have thought it through. Skip finally talks. And it's like, where's his home?
First, you must swear not to reveal this location ever.
They look at one another. And I think Uther then kind of says,
Yes?
he gestures back. Protocol. These 2 were potentially exposed to the infection.
Then inspect them.
It is intrusive.
Tanner, you want to warn them?
They must be inspected. This is the way, and Uther must do it.
Yeah,
Will you submit to our inspections?
they likely might not know that we have a way of cleansing them.
Yeah, we have a method to ensure your health before entering our city, but it is less than pleasant.
I think they probably give you a little bit of guff, but they'll eventually agree to it if it's a kind of a deal breaker thing. And Uther, he makes it pretty clear.
It's a deal breaker.
Yeah. He's got an 18 strength as well, so I feel like he's likely quite a big lad. So when he wants to loom and make his presence known, he likely can.
Yeah, I imagine though that with them being up in the sails long enough to be emaciated, they would have turned beforehand if they were infected. But
let's see.
But we don't really know. That's why.
No, and that's the thing. Why don't you each give us a D20 roll, please?
Okay, 15. That's acceptable.
They're both clean.
Okay.
Interesting.
Then, what do you wish to do?
For one, apologize, because we've probably been through that before and it's not pleasant.
Oh, and she checks you. It's think of an extremely intrusive doctor's appointment, only it's on the deck of a ship at sea that has zombie guts on it. Yeah, they seem clean. What's the intent then? To bring the boat back? Split your people?
If they'll swear they won't reveal the location, then we'll tell them that it's not even an hour and a half row from here. They were really close to begin with in the hex.
Yeah.
So we're just over the horizon.
Why don't Jeff, this time you give us a D8 roll, please?
Yeah. Okay. 4.
See, maybe what you can spot is that the Skip and okay, you find her name is Brecca.
Brecca, okay. She might be really useful to bring with us, actually. And is she like the captain or the navigator or
no
sales?
She's just she was like one of the crew of this, and she was not the captain per se. He's dead. What you kind of get out of them is that, so it seems that Baron Ironmonger does a bit of basically looting of dwarven communities that are nearby. If he's mentioning that there are dwarven communities, again, the dwarven remnants likely moved out, but traditionally they're more in the central part of the continent, so that might help you with it. And let's roll randomly to see where Tikarax was. Let's see. Roll this one. So it's a central part of the continent. Tikarax is in the northwestern part of the continent.
That means it's not too far, relatively speaking, right?
Potentially, depending on where you guys are. You don't know where the shifting isle has.
Do they know the name Tikarax?
Oh, let's see here.
Oh yeah.
Neither of them has ever heard of it.
No.
So,
okay.
I fear we are not near.
How about that landmass just southwest of where we were? Do they know what lays there?
That's the Isle of the Ironmonger.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's been robbing.
Assuming we should avoid that.
The remnants holds. Well, yeah. If you want to. I mean, where were you going then?
We were heading west.
But
we are searching.
So you're going to
heading to. You'll be seeing the city. You'll be seeing the city shortly. Therefore, you will know that. You will find out that our city comes and goes at different places at different times.
Right,
we do not know where we are.
Were you going to Sal Delore?
We do not know where that is.
So you're sailing for no reason.
No. We're seeking resources.
All right. Well,
you will see as it crests the horizon. You will see the spire.
Okay. Tanner, why don't you give us a sail check? Let's see how. I think it's only giving me a 6, so it's not gonna be so hard. And I don't know what skill do you think is going to be necessary here? Is this like a dex thing of you like nimbly climbing up and getting all the sails rigged properly, or?
Yeah, probably. That feels right.
Okay.
Something like that. So, dexterity.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good roll finally.
Yeah. What do we see as you get everything?
Yeah, I think it's just like you know, he's probably pulling off some sailing skills that like they've never seen. You know, it's like you said, he's just grabs the rope and like almost runs up the mast using the rope kind of thing, and then drops back down to use his body weight to sort of pull the sails up, just doing things that are very acrobatic there on the boat.
I think we've how many of our crew do we think we need to sail this thing?
For that size boat.
Yeah, because I think there's 13 in total, not counting animals.
Yeah, and for
Be a minimum of 8, I think, right?
for them, minimum 3.
Oh, okay. For the longboat?
The longboat is a minimum 1.
Okay. So we'll just have Gibson and the other two, so I think there's 5 in there. Gibson, the 2 wizards, and the 2 other, 1 Beastmaster
So
and 1...
ideally, the crew for the longboat is 14? No, 12.
Okay.
12. Ideally, the crew for the other ship is 20.
Okay. So we're limping to the city is what I'm hearing.
Basically, yeah. Yeah. So, but that's okay, because then you guys will, you have secured another ship. Anything you want to ask Brecca or Skip about on because you got plenty of time to have a conversation with them.
Yeah, just like the general state of things. Like we don't know anything about this Baron, if he's been raiding dwarven settlements.
So then, just to be clear, you would need to role play that out. Like, what are you specifically asking?
Okay. As we're going, I was like, so tell us about this Baron and these communities he's been raiding. How long has that
raids
been
all
going
up and
on?
down the coast. He's been hoarding it and then sells it out to other coastal communities. Best steel you can get. And it's said he's got some deal with the ghost of Saldalor.
Is that west, east of here?
Saldalor is west of here.
West, okay, further west.
Coast, the mainland is the east.
Okay, so we're in an island chain, I'd say to Tanner.
Yes, it would seem so.
And,
The Ironmonger's hold is not nearly as big as Saldalor.
And what's the general state of the undead?
The dead?
Yes.
They're
How
all
prevalent are
over
they?
there. I hear that they all listen to the ghost of Saldalor. But the Baron Ironmonger's got a arrangement with him. He keeps people from there, and he gets insight to the wisdom of the ghost.
When she says ghost, she means literal ghost?
What do you mean?
Like a ghost.
Yeah, like ooh, boo,
An
spooky.
undead.
Yeah.
A spirit.
I don't know who he is. They say that. He's ancient. From before the end.
Is he an elf?
I don't know. But ancient. He and his people, they slept. They slept when the end came. And the ghost. The ghost haunts all the secrets of Saldalor.
That sounds like something we should investigate. But as far as the ranging undead, like on your boat, how prevalent are they on the islands in the mainland?
Baron keeps a pretty tight ship. Anybody sick? Although, I don't know, a rat maybe? It's bad luck on our boat. We could have made it to the north. The dwarven remnants. You could sail us to the Dwarven remnants. We could make a deal with them.
We have others going north.
There's more of you.
There are.
But are you saying the undead sickness travels through animals and not just roving monsters?
I mean, I don't know how it got on our ship. I don't know how we managed that. Somebody was sick. It spread before we knew it, and
we know little of how this spreads. We've been able to avoid many of it over the years. It has not touched our city since we left.
Your city's not been touched at all.
No, that is why the inspection was so intrusive. We do not risk bringing it.
Huh. She seems surprised by that. The Baron Ironmonger he kills you. If he thinks you've been scratched or bit or you're sick, there's
yes,
no
of course.
risk. So it keeps the hold free. But Saldalor is full of the dead.
Are they intelligent?
I don't think so. Not I've heard, but they say that that they listen to the ghost.
So they slept. Now there's undead, but they listen to the ghost.
Are you thinking of going there?
Our directive was to head west.
If you head west, you can sail around the Monger's Hold. There's open ocean further west, unless you're going to Saldalor. Actually, now that that's mentioned, Tanner, why don't you give us another no check?
Yeah.
That might be enough more context. Still not quite enough.
No. Still not quite enough.
So,
I
anything
don't
else?
think it won't mean anything to me since I'm not trained in it, right?
I think for this one, I would require training in order to make the check, just because this is something that would be specifically related to education, and this isn't something you would have stumbled across otherwise.
We're going to be back at the Spire real soon, so we can ask around there and get better directives from the council then.
Okay.
Because they're not going to be too pleased about us bringing. Well, the shit might offset them in the metal, but.
So I'm just going to move you guys back to the Shifting Isle, because you guys have reached back there successfully. I think likely there are lookouts who keeping an eye out, so there is a contingent of Lightbringers who are, down on the docks, probably mid to junior level individuals. And what do you guys give as an explanation for what's happened here?
Oh, not tell them the truth. I mean, you came across them, hundreds of undead, there's metal in the hold and, useful boat that we can take out because we already know what we could use the boat. We don't need the longboat anymore because we know what the ships look like here now. We got basic directions. I think we just tell them what we found, right?
I think so. I don't see a reason to lie.
Anything? So what specifically are you telling them about?
The Iron Baron, Saldalor.
So the Iron Baron is nothing. The mention of Saldalor, though, that most definitely gets the attention of some of the folks who would be coordinating the expeditions. Like there's probably like a cartographer or something like that who is sort of
right.
I think a cartograpist, maybe?
That'd be a good name for it.
Like a combination of the cartographer and also like an archivist who's trying to piece together what's out there and what was there. He almost drops his quill when you find out that, because Saldalore is on the west coast of the continent. So you are unfortunately on the far side of the continent from where Tikarax is, Tanner.
Oh, yeah.
You realize that? I'm like,
still very far, yes.
Yeah. These two are not. Brecca. Oh, sorry, guys. It's been a long day. Brecca and Skip are not able to give you any insight into what year it actually is or how long things have gone. But Saldalore was, which I'll put in chat for you now that you. Oops. Saldalore was not a rival necessarily, but like another potent magical community. Very different. The Shifting Isle lost contact with them at some point during the during the end times.
Oh no!
But yeah.
So if there's any remnants there and the undead keeps people away, it could be a place rife with magical stuff that we could collect and bring back. That may become a priority for us to go to.
And they may have. You say there's someone who is haunting it?
That's what we're told. And apparently there's undead that rove, but they listen to this ghost.
And he's allied with this Baron Ironmonger.
Apparently.
That's what we gather.
Oh, and I'll tell him, what we found out about the how the undead sickness is traveling. As far as what they can tell us, they don't really know, but it could be disease, rats, and the local population, at least the Baron, just kills anybody that gets sick, just in case.
If it's spread to that ship,
Uther cleansed it. He threw the bodies off and.
No, but how did they get sick?
She said that one of their number got sick and then it spread from there. Uther checked them. They are clean.
But how, if the Ironmonger prevents spreading on his hold?
I assume there's maybe a delay between infection and turning. We're becoming sick. Maybe like a common disease.
If it is spread by animals, we may need to raise the hold, the ship.
Maybe.
Did I find any animals in the hold when I was looking through it? Like smelled them or anything?
That would be very difficult to smell.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ships, not only like give us a notice check. Let's see if you.
Yeah, and I'll get a +2.
Yeah, you would have got a +2 modifier.
Oh, I can just put that in right here.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It'll prompt you for a modifier.
Wisdom. Damn. Yeah, it's too bloody.
Not only that, but also like think of the bilge. I think it's called. Is that there's also like stagnant water down there, so it's got a stink.
Well, the ship is still useful to us. We can take it away from here, so it doesn't come in contact with anything.
But if it is spread by animals, and it's on there, we cannot risk you going back on. We need to cleanse all of you to be certain.
I haven't been bitten by anything or wounded.
But did they say that was the case? Did they say they were bitten or wounded by something? What if you are? What if it is lice?
Would know about the Wendigo probably is itchy all the time. Who knows?
I mean, it's a good way to get your animal put down, but
he's been around for.
What they will do then is, I think it's going to take maybe a day. Well, let me ask you this: which do you want to push for? Do you want to let them burn the ship and then recover the ore, or do you want to push for like, no, we should keep this ship?
I think we should keep it. It can carry like 10 tons of stuff. And if we find stuff to salvage at Saldalore, we could bring it back. I mean, there's got to be a way for us to clean it or cleanse it in the meantime.
But if you're... Well, Tanner, how do you feel now growing? So you're like, the whole point of going with just a long ship is so that you would blend in and not draw attention. You're now going with 2 ships.
Yeah, I don't know that we should go with a second ship.
I guess there's something else to consider. Where did that second ship come from?
Probably stolen from the Baron.
Yeah. We should probably remove the value and...
It's not impossible for them to do it, to cleanse it. Like, that's why I wanted to see what you wanted to push for. I think it might just take some convincing for them to agree to take those steps. But that might take a day or so. So it'll chew into your...
But we ask Brecca how they normally deal with cleansing ships after somebody's been sick. Maybe they have special means that they take.
I think the Lightbringer will, Uther will be like, who gives a shit what they do? We know more.
They're dealing with this longer than us. They may know something.
Whatever they know, you've just told us that they managed to get most of their crew dead and nearly themselves.
It's true.
That is hardly a ringing endorsement to follow their methods.
Yes.
Remember what his role is, right? Like, there's a reason he'd be so dogmatic about that. But again, not beyond convincing. If you want to try and give a convince check, you can go ahead and do that.
I think there might be a third option here. Like, if we just want to take the one boat, like the longboat, we could just, take the stuff that we want from them, fair trade, cleanse the stuff we get from them, and then send them on their way.
As you said, though, with 2 of them, how are they going to sail that boat?
Good question.
Right. The question is just, do we feel that we need to...
You're not wrong that ship holds a lot more than what you do, or than what the longship does. So there is a risk-reward element to it. And if you lose that ship, I mean, frankly, who gives a shit?
Yeah. I think spending a day cleansing it would be the best thing to do.
All right. We can try to convince them, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, which of you 2 wants to make the convince check?
Let's go with Jeff. He's got the higher convince roll.
Okay. The value of the ship is too great, friends. Oh.
You roll anything other than 7s? Holy shit.
Not on the convincing.
No. Oh my goodness.
Was it? Are you trying to deceive them? Because then you could probably use your... I don't know if that'll work, right?
I mean, if you deceive them, do you think that would imply that he thinks it's dangerous to do it then?
Yeah, no, I don't. And if I think it's dangerous, I wouldn't try to convince them.
Dang.
I think what they...
I'm the only shady one then in this group.
What they say is then that they will... they will take the... I think they will raise the ship, and if time permitting, they will try and recover the sunken remnants of the ore. But so,
wouldn't raising it throw up smoke that could be seen for a very far away?
It would, but I mean, there's the other option is to sink it, which may cause the rodents or whatever else that's on there to abandon the ship, whereas hopefully the fire would catch them.
Could we get the goods out and then take the ship out to the sea and burn it from there?
I think they're not convinced of that. The risk is too great. There's too many people who would have to be involved to move that much ore.
Jeez.
So
the council can decide what they're doing. Yeah.
I mean, in the end, it's their decision. Yeah. We've given them our view, and they will decide.
Vanek, do you want to deliver your sample now?
I was about to bring that up. Yeah,
Sure.
I will
Give us a sneak check.
We'll do that. Okay, no modifiers, dexterity based, 11.
It's pretty great. Okay. So then you have turned over your sample to your colleague, to your confederate.
And I will take the opportunity to warn him explicitly about what we've learned about how it travels.
Okay. How did you store the sample?
I said I got a little container that was built specifically to hold stuff, so he would have just slipped the finger in there and sealed it.
Okay.
So it's probably something, you know.
Huge stealth check last time, right? So.
Yeah, like a 15.
Yeah. So no problem.
Nope,
okay.
That, I think, actually.
Yeah. So that is turned over. So you got your magic. Then, Tanner, have you talked with Gibson about, like, does he understand that you've got this flare that you're going to be using to try and?
Yeah, I think he is aware of this thing, and so that's, you know, part of the reason he wanted to come.
Yeah.
I think that, yeah.
How do you think it hits him, knowing that he's on the opposite side of the continent from?
You know, judging from the kind of person he is, I'm wondering if he's not even going to come with us now. It's like, well, we're back here now. Dad's not out there. You know, like almost like a little temper tantrum.
Yeah.
Said, you know, he sort of has that sort of, you know, spark of anger in him, like, you know.
So where would we see you confronting him about this?
Probably like maybe there's like since we've come back to here, we're, you know, debriefing for a minute or something. So it's like sort of our little headquarters of our faction.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's like locked himself in his dad's office or something, you know.
You're crash from in there.
Or and like talking to him through the door kind of thing, right?
Sure. Do you want to give us a convince check? Are you trying to convince him to come back out, or are you going to let him sulk?
Yeah, you know what? I do think I owe it to his dad to try and sort of, you know, man him up a little bit and get him back out there.
7.
I'm going to give you a +1 to that, just because your relationship with him. So
yeah,
he will do as you instruct.
Ah, yes.
So what
your
what
father
do we see?
would want you to? Yeah, I think it's like he finally talks him into it. Like your father would want you to head out and do your duty. And I think it's sort of like, you know, he wouldn't want to see you like this. The next stop may be close, and you want him to be proud of you when we find him.
It'll be another 10 years before we're back for him. 20 years in that place.
It could be, yes. All the more reason that he would want to see you having, you know, grown into a man that he'd be proud of, even though the time is so short for us, but to try and keep up with his expectations of you.
Where do we go next?
So I guess this is the tough question. Are we going the direction that we've been bidden, or is it worth going to this Saldalor because the value is so much higher?
That's to the west. That's where we were sent to go.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought that the Salador was the continent to the
Saldalor is to the west, beyond the Baron's Hold.
Beyond the Isles. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I got it. Sorry, I was misunderstood. Yeah, well, we must set off then at once, Gibson. Let's go.
Okay.
We've already delayed part of the day.
Third day of the 10th shift dawns. Jeffrey, you are the captain.
Well, let's head the way we know and kind of avoid the Isle.
Okay. And John, would you give us a D8 roll, please?
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, Jeff, give us a D8 roll. Forgot we had one day where things were being... So you've seen the land to the southwest. Where do you wish to head?
I think we should go like this and kind of go around the aisle there.
Okay. Where next?
Try to avoid the trouble. No trouble.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Venick, would you give us a survival check, please?
Survive. Wisdom based.
Yeah.
Cow. 5. Something happens.
Oh, yeah, there's a...
We're halfway through the day, right?
Fuck. That's when you're moving through the hex. So actually, that was my fault.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, was it the Baron coming to look for his
There's some
missing
kind
ship?
of fucking squall. No, it's probably weather. Yeah, in the sea, there's weather that comes out, just as inclement weather, and you're not able to get progress for the... Let me double check and see if it's the rest of the day. So here's your choices. You can spend 5 hours to disentangle yourself from this. You've spent... it's 10 you can go. You spent 1 so far. Or you can fully scout the hex, which will take a full day. Do you take this full day, or you take 5 of the... What that would leave you is 4 more hours of travel.
I think we should push on.
Yeah. I think we need to push on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's been 1, 2, 5. So then traveling here, you have 3 more hexes in today's travel. Once you got there.
Okay.
So, sorry.
Okay.
Then actually, before you move yourself, Venick,
Now we do the D8 again. Yeah.
another survival check, please.
Oh, the survival check.
Yeah, it's a
right.
survival check when you're going in to worry about going astray. No problem.
12.
Okay. Where next? Are you keeping yourself so distant from the...
Yeah, like continuing
Baron's
this line, and then we'll turn back, I think, once
Okay.
we head up that way.
Venick, give us another survive check, please. Nice.
Now I'm starting to roll good.
You have 2 more hexes today.
So let's go 1.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I could turn the
And then
ship.
another survival check. Good.
10.
Okay. And then 1 more.
And then down to here.
And another survival check, please.
9.
Good. Okay. All right. Then, guys,
Ooh,
nobody has...
downtime.
Yeah, nobody has... 1 day of rations are gone. You guys have
Okay.
6 more days of rations. Now...
Noticing you can't edit the quantities unless you go into edit mode, so...
No, yeah, it's on 6. You can go to edit
days.
mode, I guess, and change
Got
it.
it.
But once it gets down to less than half, you can... once you consume 2 days, you can also start reducing the encumbrance. So that's helpful.
Yeah.
'Cause, a week of rations is 4 encumbrance, I believe. Okay. Oh, yeah, and you can always take time, like take 5 hours or 10 hours to forage, which would be fishing in this case.
Okay.
So with it, you guys need that. You also have used up 1 day. We're not checking your water, but you've got 1 day of water gone. If you guys had suffered any system strain, you would recover 1 point. Give us a 1d8 roll, please. Who rolled last?
I rolled.
You rolled last.
Quite a
Okay,
lot.
so Jeffrey, give us a d8 roll, please.
Okay, here we go. Oh, interesting.
You guys have a restful evening. So, day 4 of the 10th shift. Dawn comes. Where would you like to go next?
I don't know. What do you think? Should we? We're not really sure, so we'll go like this.
Okay, give us a survival check, please. Oh, thank you. Maybe just hold till I ask for it, just so I know when it's coming out.
Sorry.
So that's okay. It really doesn't make a difference. I'm just being a prick.
I had it prepped. I reflexively hit the button. So.
Okay. Just I want to make sure it's getting done. So just if you don't mind, that I'm not losing track of it. Okay, then where would you? Oh, and a D8 roll, John, please.
Okay. 2.
Would you give us, which of you two has the better notice check?
I have a 0. Unless I'm...
Well, I think, you're the better one, right? Because you got the...
I have a -1, yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you give us a notice check, Vanek?
8.
Nice. Vanek, you think that there may be something following you.
Like...
There does appear to be a ship in the distance.
We'll immediately bring that to Tanner's attention.
Oh, gosh. That's not a good thing.
I'd be like, give me that spyglass. I'm going to tap into my savage senses, see if I can get more information on it.
Oh, yeah, that would help. Yeah. Like eagles' senses and shit. So, yeah, give us a notice check with +3 modifier.
Okay. Notice 3. Wisdom. It's 8 again. Okay, whatever. Had to make me roll lower.
Jeff, would you give us a D10 roll, please?
Ooh.
Okay. It is most definitely in pursuit of you guys. You guys doing? If you bring it to Uther's attention, he says, "The Baron? Do you think?"
I tried to get a better look, and
I mean,
the haze is too thick.
It's what jumps to my mind.
Do we outrace or do we confront?
I believe we should draw them away from the Isle. If we are going to engage, it should be as far west as we can.
I agree.
You can tell the type of ship is definitely more maneuverable than yours. So there's ships have a score called Grace, which is a modifier for checks. Your ship has a +0. Theirs will have higher.
Well, if they close too closely, my bow can make them reconsider their options.
The Lightbringer.
I mean,
Lightbringer Uther says, if we are in range of your weapon, will we not be in the range of theirs as well?
Likely.
And if
you've got so much armor. And he wraps his chest.
I am concerned less for my buoyancy than I am this ship's.
Oh.
Is it not standard for them to try and burn a vessel?
That's why we should make further west and see if we can outrun them.
He looks to you, Tanner. Do you feel up to it?
I mean, I feel we should try.
Very well. To the oars, men. And the Lightbringer gives strength to your arms.
Is there like a way I can join them in the rowing and help?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to necessarily contribute to the that, but there is actual chase rules, which would be kind of quick, and they're nice. They're like quick resolution, the way like a lot of stuff is in this game. What the heck is it? Here we go. All right.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys.
I think we've all been yawning tonight. It's been a little.
I know, but it's the last 48 hours have been very tiring for me.
I had
Same.
a volunteer shift this afternoon where we were helping get set up the organization that we adopted both Emmy Lou and Anna Banana from. We had the Calgary, much of our Calgary office all went down and helped them set up for a big charity event they got tomorrow. And
nice.
It was really cool. We also got to play with a dog at the end too, which is kind of nice. But it was just like probably more lifting and moving that I've done since I think I moved. So I'm a little more tired today than I normally would be. I was also up early, but okay. Chases. Where is it here? So for those listening at home, it's our first time running the game, so apologies that it's going to take us a little while to find where things are.
It's a blast, though. I like this game.
I'm so glad. Yeah.
The only weird thing that's throwing me off is what do you mean an 18 isn't a +4 modifier? That is so weird.
Because you also get the modifier to a lot of stuff from your skills, and they often stack in, so...
Yeah, I picked up on that. I was just it just felt wrong.
Yeah, it is unusual, definitely. It also, because the larger you can actually modify. One of the things you can do as you level your character up, you can pick foci that just specifically add to your stats. So you can love, you guys each have raised your starting stats by 2 because you're 4th level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you don't start with all the foci that you get. You start with, I think, 2.
And then I got that quick learner on top of that, which helps me out. So
it's pretty awesome. Yeah, each of the classes has really neat things to do. Okay, you know what? Chase might be in. Bet you it is. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to half remember stuff from two different books.
I'm over here glancing at the clock. I'm like, we're going to end on a cliffhanger and a chase. This is going to be great.
No, no, not to.
Thinking the council should have gave us a fire-resistant enchantment on our boat before we left.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's not. It'd be tough to figure out because, ideally, you're going to want to do that, but what resources are being used in order to do that?
Yeah.
Right. So.
And I get the whole thing is the more magic we use in the Isle, the more things go wonky. This is basically what I'm going off at this point. So
yeah, that's what I think. And then probably also you don't want to be. I imagine the first, the first times you're going out, you're probably using your best stuff and whatever. But setting aside that you might lose it to zombies. There's also the concern of that, that is resources that a very desperate group of people probably want. So the more you can imagine the first couple of people who you did meet and you didn't necessarily hide, if you didn't hide the shifting isle from them, imagine the desperation that people would be having of trying to find this fucking isle. I mean, good luck with it, but all right.
Left you, Brecca, and the other guy there, so they can recuperate.
So what we're doing for the chase is so each vehicle, the fleeing vehicle, so you're running, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're making a sail check there, Jeffrey, modified by your dexterity. And you're going to add +0 because of the, it's not handling, but whatever it was called.
Grace,
thank you. They...
Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Toilet rolls. Oh, man.
Okay, may their oars snap and they...
Yeah, let's see. They might... Let's see here. Okay.
If they catch us, they're going to get arrows in the face, so,
Oh, they are going to catch you, which means we get to go to ship combat, guys. So let's...
what is the range for ship combat?
I will tell you in a second here.
I'm wondering if Sniper's Eye can come in useful if I take time to set it up.
Remember, they need to not be aware that combat is coming in order to make a execution attack.
Yeah.
Well, no, but like, why would they not think that you might be attacking?
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's just...
Well, yeah.
Well, maybe just because we turned to run.
Yeah.
But they're also catching you, right? So... what I'll just say here, let's do this. Why don't you give us a sneak check, Vanek? Let's see how well you've hidden yourself.
Yeah. Is that a huge dog in the boat? Why do they got a huge dog? Oh God, it's an arrow.
I'll let you make one shot.
Cool.
Okay, so whoa. Okay, ship combat range. Sighted is only the biggest guns can reach the target. Do they have guns? Oh, guys.
They have guns. Their boat is ours. I think my max range of my bow is 600.
Yeah. Ship's weapons. Well, this is where they go into it. Like, sighted is only the biggest guns. Far is a range too distant for bows, spells, or muscle-powered weapons, but close enough to be hit by hurlants, catapults, and other long-distance weaponry. Near is a ship not quite close enough to board, but near enough to be hit by arrows, small hurlants, and spells capable of hitting a target within 500 feet. Abreast is a ship almost directly adjacent. So currently, you have been sighted.
Gotcha.
Okay, so...
So that 500 feet, 600, okay.
Oh my gosh, sorry guys, there's actually a whole set of rules for ship combat, which is, I think, adapted from the rules for Starship Combat in Stars Without Number, the sci-fi version of this game. And like, there's too many interesting decisions that you will not be able to make an informed decision on in 20 minutes. Well, fuck it. You know what? Let's just start going here. Yeah. All right. So then the crew positions, guys, that you're going to need to have. The captain commands the ship, gives orders to others, and bolsters them with their charisma and skillful leadership. The helmsman steers the ship and calls out commands to the deck crew, raising sail or shipping oars as their judgment recommends. Their skill is crucial in performing difficult maneuvers or slipping a swift pursuer. The bosun commands the deck crew, carrying out orders from above, repairing battle damage, and meeting sudden crises of fire or ill fortune. A skilled bosun can improve anything the ship does. And then the gunner is an office that only exists on ships with archers, hurlants, catapults, or other long-range weaponry. It's their business to choose targets, aid in aiming, and cripple enemy vessels with their shot. The Master-at-Arms is only found on a military craft. While the gunner handles all long-range engagements, the Master-at-Arms manages all boarding efforts and fights to repel enemy boarders.
Sounds like Venek's in charge of the gunners then.
Okay.
So
Yeah, for sure.
It's me and my two beast walker or beast masters or archers.
By that. And then, so just to, what happens is that on a ship's turn, we reset command points. Then you plan actions. The command points depend on the actions you generate. Each ship has a crew strength, representing a total number of muscle mass and violence they can bring to bear. Crew strength is calculated by adding up the hit dice of all crew aboard the vessel, modified by their general martial competence. You guys have 10 hit dice.
Wendigo's not going to count because he's not intelligent, right?
Who isn't?
Wendigo?
No, but he knows how to fight, though.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'll take the extra 5.
Heck yeah. So, the...
4.
Yeah, to start, each has 1, so that's 10. Plus, what? Each of you has 4, so that's 16. Plus 5 from Wendigo's 21. You guys have a total crew strength of 31.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. Their crew strength is Yep, where is it here? 40.
Okay.
Possibly a little bit higher because there are going to be some more experienced people on there. Let's say that is 45. Okay. So, the order is reset command points. If the current command points are greater than 0, they are reset to 0. Plan ship actions. If it's the PC's turn... Oh, let's roll initiative, guys.
Okay.
Who rolled last time?
I did.
You did, okay. Jeffrey, beat my 8.
It's just on a D8?
My 8 on a D8, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we add our highest initiative modifier?
Highest dex modifier, yeah.
I get 2.
Which is +2.
Come on.
No!
All right. So, but let's plan yours, though. So, PC officers may choose to do actions to generate command points. The reason that's useful is because you can spend command points to do things. So, for instance, assuming you want to carry on with what you said you were going to do is try and escape.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to lead them away, right? So...
Yeah, set course is a 4 command point action by the helmsman.
Okay.
They'll make a dex or int sail check. The captain doesn't actually need to make... Ooh. So, a captain can use bolster the crew as their action to gain 2 command points to be spent. Oh, you choose one officer, they get 2 command points to spend on actions from their department. Hold on, I think, do you only get 3? I think you get a flat amount of command points at the start. Let's crew strength, combat rounds. Grace, ship types. Sorry, guys.
No worries. You got to kind of read through the rules.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I remember that. I think you get a default of I want to say 3, so you actually might be in a position to make that check right away. But they go first, though. So.
Right.
Yeah, and I think isn't Uther the best position to be command right now, and then Tanner is the helmsman.
Oh, right. Yeah, I need to control the boat.
Yeah. I got a decent charisma, but I'm not good at bolstering or charisma-based stuff.
Bolstering doesn't require a roll, though.
Oh, does it?
You just need to be in the captain role.
Yeah. Get the archers ready.
There is one that requires that uses leadership, though, or lead.
Oh, lead. I got a negative. Uther is trained in lead.
Oh. Okay. If crises or poor seamanship have left them with fewer than 0 points, they start at negative. It's the PC's turn. Discuss the situation. They may choose to generate command points, while others will use actions. You make actions deciding in the action that the captain decides. Where the heck is the... Sorry, I think it was 3 command points in Stars Without Number, so I wonder if that's the case here. His stuff is so heavily reviewed. I feel like it's got to be here somewhere. I'm just missing it. Because adventuring, buying a ship, hiring a crew. All right. Supplies. It's not listed on the ship here. Okay, it's losses to crew strength, crew combat, repairing damaged ships. God dang, I don't know why I can't, is there a summary of ship combat, I wonder? Crew strength, skill bonus. Each ship is listed with a default command point. That's the total number of points that NPCs can use. Okay. Oh, I see where it is. Okay, okay. So then... maybe you start with 0. Okay. Well, I'm going to assume it is. I'll read it tonight again. It says reset to 0.
Play it again, we can...
Okay, so... if you want to escape, that's set a course. Captain can choose an officer, like picking the helmsman. They get 2 command points to spend on actions from their department. That can only be taken once per round. And... they take in the order... as a general action, you can... oh, sorry. The bosun can make a charisma sale or charisma lead versus a difficulty of 9. On a success, add your skill level plus 1 to the available command points. On a failure, add 1 command point. If you take this action, you may take no other bosun actions this round.
Okay.
At present, there's nothing else there, like damage control or whatnot, that would matter. So that could be Uther, maybe, who does that.
Okay.
Gunners, you don't need. Master at Arms. There's nothing there, so... what you could do, as a general action, any officer or PC can choose to take the following. Above and beyond, choose an attribute and skill pair and explain to the GM how you're using it to help their crew. If the GM finds it plausible, roll that check against difficulty 9. On a success, gain your skill level plus 1 in command points. On a failure, take minus 1 command point. So those are the ways of generating command points. There's... ooh, here's another one. Into the fire. Suffer a crew lost crisis and gain your lead skill plus 1 in command points. This can only be taken once per round.
We don't want to do
For
that.
the captain. So, what do we think?
So you said the captain option to give +2 is no roll. You just do it.
No roll, you just do it. It's the captain who does that.
Suppose I can do that and just give it to Tanner, and then we have Uther do the roll to inspire.
Step lively?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said it was a charisma roll for Uther?
Charisma lead. Yeah.
So he gets a +1 on 2d6.
Okay. He's a 9.
Okay, here goes.
Oh, so close.
But on a failure, you said we still get 1, right?
He still gets 1. On a failure, he still gets 1 command point. So there's 1 command point you guys have so far. You need, and then
2.
Are you bolstering the crew, Tanner, or is that you, Vanek, who's doing that?
You said the doing the one that gives the 2 to 1 person was to Tanner, right?
Yeah, that's for the captain. But I mean, the thing is, what you could do as well is above and beyond. Choose an attribute and skill pair. Explain to me how you're helping. If you, DC 9 or difficulty 9, if a success, you add your skill level plus 1 in command points.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you could still try to help. Yeah.
As an example, exert could be something you use. Exert is just your like athletics, acrobatics, running skill all in one. If you can give me an explanation for how you're doing that, you could motivate the rowers. It's designed to be a pretty big open thing for you guys to try.
Exert.
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm trained in exert. I don't know if you are, but you have to make the check to get out of here. So
Tanner is definitely training exert because that's what he gets his effort from.
Gotcha. But he needs to make the check so that we can try to sail away. So
yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Exert
Oh,
check.
you need the helmsman. Okay. I mean, your lackeys have a 0 sail as well.
Okay.
Right. But I think we like this is just. Oh, I see. You're saying they're just as good as me. Yeah.
Yeah. You could assign what's his name?
Gibson. This is making him live up to his his dad's expectations.
Could just be a matter of him jumping into the rowing and start exerting to help row faster.
Yeah, I buy that. So who's giving us the exert roll?
Oh, it's Jeff's Gibson, so let Jeff roll.
No, I'm doing it. That's the point. Like Tanner is gonna do it and leave Gibson on the helm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Give us your exert check. So right now you just need a 9. Yeah.
So it's strength?
It is strength. It'd be strength and exert.
Okay, here we go.
Nice! Beautiful! All right.
Roll 20. You've done it.
So then it is now so it'll be a +1 to his skill, 2d6 plus 1, opposed by the enemy's check. If you succeed, you move beyond sight. I rolled a 7.
So 2d6 plus 1?
Yeah.
All right, here we go, Gibson.
Do it, Gibson.
Is he luckier than Jeff?
Nice! All right, guys. What do we see as you all come together and then push this thing?
I think that's exactly what you see is just the crew completely pull together and, work as a unit. And you can see sort of like we've been training for this kind of thing. And so even though they've got a faster ship and, a more dangerous crew, we're just like, they're pirates and scabs and, bring their group together. But we are like a finely honed machine.
Yeah.
And we just get this boat performing outside of its capabilities basically by working together.
I think Venick and his Beastmasters are in the back with their bows ready, just weighing it down slightly so the oars are digging in deeper and we just see the boats like
Love it. Okay, then guys, you successfully escaped that. I think that'll be 1 hour of your time, or one more hex of your time, I guess. I think that was your first hour of travel or second?
Second.
Okay, so you have 2 hexes. You have 7 more to go, guys.
Okay. Do you want to do that now, or are we gonna?
Sure, we might as well we'll end with you guys completing your travel.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'll reorient the ship for you.
Yeah, I think we want to go. Yeah, okay. Oops.
Okay.
Do we know which direction the thing is, or no? Not really at all.
We don't.
Give us a survival check there, Vanek.
Yep.
Nice.
I was waiting.
Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. You have what was that? 1, 2, 3. You have 6 more hexes.
Okay. So let's go.
You said it was near the Baron's Hold, right?
Yeah, so let's try going this way. No.
Give us another check. Okay, you good? Hold on, where was the Baron's hold?
Oh, isn't it right here?
Yeah.
Oh, it was near this other island is right near it. Okay.
I don't know how near it meant, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
near is
okay,
relative.
well,
So 5 more hexes.
Let's try going down.
Start heading east again, I think, right?
Say survival check. Good. 4 more.
You want to go east or west?
Let's try going southeast from here.
Okay. That would be this hex here.
Okay, survival check, please. Awesome.
And then maybe northeast.
And then, what do you got? 2 left, or 3?
3.
3 left. Okay. Okay, survival check. Nice.
One more to make landfall.
Oh. Or is this the Baron's Island? Oops. It's supposed to be on that hex.
Okay. One more.
Wow, look at that. So what do you think?
Like, do we actually like sail onto this, or what? Is that the way?
Well, no,
we
because
do it?
in order to make, you could go forward, into the archipelago, and then you could, that would be where you would be ending it. You'd be overnighting there.
Yeah.
That would be the
Then we could start exploring.
5th day of the shift, and then if that's where
His last
Salvador is, and they described it as a pretty big island, like it's not a tiny place. That's where you could explore the hex. I guess it's a choice of which of the 3. It sprawls across 3 hexes.
Yeah.
Could I maybe make a notice check to see if any of them catches my eye as more promising?
That's the whole point of exploring the hexes, unfortunately. So,
no shiny spires like ours that'll catch our attention.
that's a good question. You know what? But there is, like, if there are certain things that'll obviously stand out, then then that's there. But I mean, unfortunately, it's like even a major city. One of the cool things, to give context, just how tiny some of these things are. Take a map of any like North American city and whatnot, and then scale it down to like this 5-kilometer thing, and like many sprawling cities fit in like 1, maybe 2 of these hexes. And there's not going to be cities of like multi-millions of people in the dead land.
What's the range a companion can get away from its master?
I don't think there is one.
Okay, I was just thinking if Tilne has the same thing I do, where I can share the eyes of my critter. She has a bat that can fly, but bats have notoriously bad eyesight. So,
also,
yeah,
we'll joke about the amount of hit points it has, but like what that's reflective of is that like it is really not a combat worthy animal, right? Like it's like you said, it's the size of a small dog, so this is like a cocker spaniel getting. Yeah.
Good for like exploring caves, pretty much.
Yeah, like it's good. And I mean, it's probably got a good stealth check, but it would be something that would probably want to travel at night.
Oh yeah.
For it, right? So, but that brings us to the end of our session with this, and our meeting of the saviors of the Shifting Isle. So, what did you guys think of the Without Number games?
I like the core of the system. It's pretty good.
It was excellent. Once again, I would say this is another time that we've sat here and played one of these games that would play very well as a long-term campaign.
Definitely. I think the thing that's really, it's funny because I thought about it beforehand. I was like, if we did decide to return to this, we kill these fucking characters off, and then you guys create your new characters, and that's who you're going with, right?
Oh yeah, I totally just brought a freaking zombie finger into a
Well, it's the thing that's.
There's our excuse.
I think
infected.
It's so. But then there, Chris. But that, like, I think that's an excellent example of the kind of thing with this type of game, where you just like once you kind of prop things into motion, you just keep playing to see what happens, right? And this does a really good job of giving the pirate thing that we rolled there, random encounter. The stuff that was you guys encountered, like all the stuff we rolled. What I rolled for that first encounter were survivors being attacked by zombies. So I was like, well, what the fuck could it possibly be right now? I'm like, I don't know. Like, well, when you get in closer, we'll see what it is. And that was fun. I mean, like that ended up being that whole how you guys decided to bring it back. You got a bunch of loot. We had that unforeseen issue of like, well, hold on, you're bringing a plague ship back here? What the fuck do we want with a plague ship?
I thought we cleared it.
Yeah. But no, it's
and the whole thing, we don't know how it spreads. So yeah, that's another thing entirely.
And you know, I thought beforehand whether to play with narrative metacurrency, and I think that like having to deal with the negative outcomes of some of these things, where there's not as much combat in this, it doesn't seem, or if there is combat, it resolves pretty quickly, so it doesn't feel like unfair because so much of the time is spent in combat. I don't think. I feel like the dice results gave us both really interesting positive results and really interesting negative results. And had we been playing with narrative metacurrency, we may be able to smooth that over to fit expectations because you'd get rerolls and things like that. So, I don't know. What did you guys think? Did you feel you were missing that aspect of our usual games, or?
Honestly, with the way the effort moves around, I don't think we really need it.
The effort?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like just the effort skills are kind of an interesting way of...
Yeah,
they're
true.
Almost like a metacurrency.
And it gives you niche protection too.
Specific.
So like the things you're spending that on are the things that you're particularly good at, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, awesome. Cool. That would be so these guys are 6th level. I think you get typically 1 XP per session. It's either 1 or 2, and you guys are 16 XP away from level 5. To give a judge of how you guys would have gotten, it's 24 XP is what gets you to, no, less than that, 12 XP to get to the next level. 24 XP is where these characters would have been at using a slow advancement. There's also a fast advancement option that gets you there quicker, but like the leveling up is relatively quick in this too. Like at first, and then it sort of tapers off once you get some, get some time out of them, but... Awesome.
Based on what I saw, it's like, if you're rolling every hit die, you could have really low hit points. Your character could die pretty quickly. So you got to get a few levels under your belt before you're real comfortable with it.
You do. Well, and also combat is very different in these games. Like combat's really fucking lethal. So you got to play, just like old school play, you got to play smart. Right? Like you guys did. Like lining up shots and just taking out all those zombies before you get on there. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm like, thank God I got that enchantment because I would be out of arrows.
Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking about that. I'm like, well, what do we do? Like, do we just load them up with arrows? And I was going to leave it to you, and then you ended up selecting that enchantment. So I was like, all right, it's not an issue. But like
I was like 20 arrows is not enough. And then you brought it. I was like, yeah, that enchantment right there.
Yeah. Well, the neat thing with the ticking clock, like I didn't intend it this way, but the idea of there being the ticking clock, if you're going in and if you are taking damage, is the system strain. Like you're going to get healed, but you get system strain with that, which only goes down 1 per time. So like Uther can keep healing everybody so you're not losing hit points, but at a certain point you're going to run out of that resource, or you're going to have to take some time as downtime just to shake some of that system strain. There's also an ability that he could have, I think it's him, that the healer can take an ability that allows you to shed 2 system strain per night instead of 1. And that's, like if you're playing if you're taking a lot of damage and take a lot of healing, that's pretty big. So the last thing I want to ask you about too is there's an interesting. So every one of the games are largely similar, but they always Kevin Crawford always adds something different in each of them. In this one, he's added something that is like, I can't remember. It's not called peril mode, but basically what it is that unless the players open the door for it, they cannot die. So the characters can't die.
Oh, yeah. I remember you talking about this.
Yeah. You can lose things. You can suffer defeats. Your allies are not immune from things. But flat out, you can't die. Unless you say you're opening the door to death, in which case there's a bunch of bonuses you get for the scene. So, like, you get a bunch of... I can't remember if it's an extra dice in your rolls or if it's just a flat bonus, but, like... You can enter a desperate scene where you're going to get a bunch of bonuses in your rolls, but now you're vulnerable to death.
Okay, you don't need to be telling me this with the tendency I have with my characters.
Yeah, it just, I think it's a really neat idea. Like I really wanted, I didn't think it would be appropriate for the fantasy characters because I've not seen what do you call it, worlds without number at the table. So I was interested to see how these characters would play, but I really want to try it with like regular survivors. I think it's a really interesting. It's an interesting option, and I don't know how. I mean, I imagine it would be different for every table, but like I could see where there would be a lot of potential with that, especially if you get connected to your NPCs, right? Like if you play with a bunch of NPCs in the group, and you're just like, I can't let fucking Gibson die.
Yeah,
doesn't mean you're giving your life for him. It just means
same.
now there's a chance for it, right?
We named my lieutenant. I'm like, I can't let her die either. So
there may have been a reason for me doing all of that.
But I was like, if we do something like that, I mean, like bringing like something like the Doom mechanic from Warhammer Fantasy, like you've had a Doom, so whenever you come across a scene where the Doom might apply, that'd be something to be.
Yeah, well, there's a in that same set of rules, there's also the like sacrifice yourself thing where you be like, I'm going to sacrifice myself in this scene, and then there's other bonuses you get that are much more powerful and potent than the other ones. So there's that kind of blaze of glory element too, which feels like when we played the Walking Dead RPG, one of the most fun scenes in that was when Carl's poor character got torn apart by zombies. And it was really funny. Like it felt very appropriate to the genre and whatnot. And he took it with a plum, and everyone went back at the end of the session was like, so he's dead now. So it feels like this gives a little bit more control in the player's hands, a little more agency over the story and the outcome for their character. But for that kind of fiction, that feels like there's gonna be times you're like, you know what, man, like this is my. There's a great scene in an old 80s Thor comic where the executioner stands at Yaldabaoth. And in order for Thor and Baldur, I think, to escape, he stands alone at Yaldabaoth, the bridge at Yaldabaoth, and dies, holding back hordes of Hela with 2 machine guns in his hands. And it's a cool fucking moment for that character. Like, honestly, probably the coolest moment for that particular character. But and that would be a neat way to have that similar Yaldabaoth moment in a zombie film or zombie game. So anyway, all right. Well, then that's great. Any last comments on the your first time with the? Did the characters feel unique? Like each had their own little.
Yeah, they were. I liked them. They were cool. It'd be fun to play them a little more and get into some of their abilities a little deeper, but yeah, they were cool.
Especially once you start exploring too. Like we didn't even really get into the exploration stuff and like the trap stuff and like the advice they gave in the book was set your starting point, make one problem for them. We didn't even get to that problem. Well, that's not true. We got to one of the 2 problems. I gave 2 problems. I randomly rolled up the Ironmonger, and I randomly rolled up what became that island thing, whatever I called it, Sald or whatever. That was, but then you guys also flesh out the city so fucking well. It's just incredible if you like playing that kind of like emergent play stuff. It's such a good. Both these are such great games.
I already feel attached to it because we helped create the freaking city. So.
Oh, absolutely, and the problems, and you brought a goddamn undead finger into the city, Vanek.
Well, what can I say? I was channeling George there.
Well, that's a neat thing. Like you could see how, like in this kind of thing, you do have the enclave or the community as a whole thing. So like we would put numbers to those things, and you guys can build them up by the choices you're making and whatnot. But then we also have the problem of what the fuck happens when you're in the Ether Sea and maybe like someone steals that finger, and then you're like, okay, well we're trapped in the Ether Sea, but like, where who did this and why, and what are they going to do with it? And how do we tell people we brought a goddamn undead finger in here?
I don't know. Vanek never came back. Who knows?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I was letting the whatever I rolled for the random things. I was making sure that those were running the way that they were rolled. Like the plan with the NPCs you guys came across. What I rolled was the reason they're upset is because a plan went wrong.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, what's the plan that went? Oh, they were trying to steal from the Ironmonger. So that means there's probably something in the crew in the hold you can actually get and use. So.
And I mean, narratively, the way we were rolling, not being able to convince them was just perfect. It was like, if I was going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. Just shoot the thing next to you and just get down.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, that was really fun. I'm really we've like kind of poked around at these games before, but never really properly sat down and tried to play them the way they are. And this was really fucking good.
I might be down for this.
Yeah.
It's close enough to 3.5 in like mechanics that it's a smooth transition in.
Yeah, they're very light on the feet. Like the games are they're streamlined, but they also give you a lot of depth, both in like mechanics, in like the ship combat. That was totally unnecessary for me to force you guys to play a set of rules you haven't read. But like I think it gave a satisfying outcome to be able to say like, okay, you need to make these rolls, make this decision, and then you'll potentially get this outcome. So,
well, and it also gives you an idea of what those kind of things are going to be like in this game system.
And it is cool because like the starship combat is a lot of fun, and if you do know what you're doing and choosing to make your character good at those things, that's fucking cool. And because of the nature of sea travel, I have like there's a running joke among the players in the roster that I just wreck boats. You know, like if you get a boat, I was going to fucking wreck yourself. Like, in this game, if we put it in an island nation, that forces you to travel by sea, and we can actually use those rules. And maybe like that's how also you change your crew up at all, right? Like you'd be like, no, you know what? Can we get some mariners out here maybe? Or, bring more beastmasters because they'd be more effective for range. You also have those mages on board. I didn't look to see what spells they have, so they could also potentially affect the outcome. Like, some of the just like simulationist stuff we got and we liked about the AD&D second edition campaign, this game offers a lot of that stuff because it doesn't try to make for balanced encounters. It makes for encounters that are consistent with whatever you're being presented.
So it's I was looking through the rules, like, what about multi-classing? Like, you got your warrior, your expert, your mage, and like, oh, that's what adventurer is.
Yeah.
You just build it from there. I'm like, ooh. Okay.
Oh yeah, John. There's super fucking cool character combos you can build with this. Like even these ones, like I never really built characters with Worlds Without Number. These were really neat. And like I selected the foci for your characters, but you can select a whole bunch of other shit too. Yeah. So like the fact that like if you wanted to play a character who's more actually fighty, Jeff, like you could do that. If you wanted a character who was like whatever different thing, it seemed like an interesting idea of like, oh, like. You might, I don't know what you guys are going to come across. Maybe you'll come across a survivor community and maybe you'll want to try and, sneak your way in there too, right? So the role-playing stuff in here was surprisingly satisfying given that it's really like roll reaction and maybe roll some skill checks. Like that felt like it was a good way to deliver some information about the setting, but also a good opportunity for you guys to play your characters, respond to these two knuckleheads who managed to survive a zombie attack on their own goddamn ship. Yeah. All right. It is super late for Jeff, and it is
totally.
Yeah. So you guys have. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for our maiden voyage with the World of Ashes mashup of Ashes Without Number and Worlds Without Number. I will between when I wrap up the stream today, I'll add a link to the free copies or free versions of Ashes Without Number and Worlds Without Number on DriveThruRPG if you do want to check them out because they are really, really great games. And all of the rules we played with today, with the exception of John's character class, I think that is not in the.
Yeah, the Beastmaster. I was like, it's not in there.
Is it not in the?
No. There's like an Arms Master or something, but in the PDF you sent me, it wasn't in there.
No, that would be the deluxe one. It's further in the back.
Okay.
It is, but I can't remember if that's the deluxe stuff or not. It'll be on page 350.
Okay.
Of the print version. But in any event, there's
there it is.
Okay, great, yeah. Incredible stuff. A lot of fun, and even if the random elements and stuff like that for that they've got in the game for setting locations or communities or history of the communities or whatnot, amazing tools for any RPG as well. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to, I don't think we have a Without Worlds or Without Number one, but we have an Assorted Games channel, and I'll post the character sheets for these three characters over there. There's also channels dedicated to most of the games and campaigns we run on the channel, as well as things like Finder Group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat. It's a terrific, knowledgeable, helpful, and friendly community over there. You're more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. Like, say, I don't know, the Dark Eye RPG? If they don't have something in stock that you're looking for, you can put it on a want list and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to use the code NOBLEMUSER. Listed down below, all in caps. It'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more through the website. And if you're listening to this after October 15, 2025, come back to one of our more recent videos and you will see what the current discount code is there. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart players, Jeffrey and John. Thank you so much for diving into this blind and making for such a fucking cool setting and campaign setup and supporting cast. Yeah, awesome. I had no doubt that you guys would deliver on that stuff, but it was very, very fun to do. So thank you very much, guys. And for those listening at home, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time to create characters for our Warhammer 40K RPG campaign that we'll be playing using Wrath and Glory. But I have a feeling we may be returning to the World of Ashes at some point, because this was a lot of fun. But until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.